They've got chambers of commerce. When business takes a nosedive, they take it easy. Who gets the gravy? Not you. Not me. Oh, no. Well, fellas like you freeze on a breadline.
What's the answer?
Millions of us getting together. This country and its institutions belong to the people who inhabit it. When they grow weary of existing government, they have the constitutional right of amending it, or the revolutionary right to dismember and overthrow it.
I know you could give a fuck of my opinions of things, but please take your speech of your visions and dreams at least. We can sit and shoot this shit at the bloodline. Take your passionate speech for the bloodline. I know you study more and understand what money's for. You wanna educate and plead your case for what he's sure. We all stand in attention at the bloodline. You got the podium, now preach it to the bloodline.
Cheers and tip your hats to the twisted individuals. Here's the artifact cats feasting off the miserable. Invisible hand is a full animal, metaphysical. Filled to the brim, but still on hunt to starve the pitiful. Pissing on in unison, unity is beautiful. United on a sinking ship, a mutiny, a funeral. You can see the humor in this picture of the future, so I drew an eye patch on Ulysses S. Useless. Granted, it was stupid, $50 is exclusive, and it's all about the Benjamins, but Naki only proves it. Boost economy, then crash it when it suits. Money running rat races, lacing up our rented boots. What's the use? You should pick a sort of truth and observe the signs. The sycamore, they plucked it from its roots. I speak in metaphor to keep you all amused, cause you stupid motherfuckers hear the truth and look confused. It's like they federal raise money, right? And they can print. No, what they did, but it's not. They're like they're their own thing. They're not the government, but they loan it to the government. Right? And
I know you could give a fuck of my opinions of things, but please save your speech of your visions and dreams at least. We can sit and shoot this shit at the bloodline. Save your passionate speech for the bloodline. I know you study more and understand what money's for. You wanna educate and plead your case for what he's sure. We all stand in attention at the bloodline. You got the podium, now preach it to the bloodline.
Automatics of perpetuated negative worth. Debt creation upon birth, only destined for worse. Every cent spent apprenticeship eventually learned that the currency your pension is invested in dirt. Purposeful diversion, so you worship the purse and appease the mighty, rolling off for virgins of work. This perversion of earth, the same as slaves building pyramids, like tax dollars paid for drone planes killing Syrians. Don't act all upset, you blindly follow Luciferians. Deception is the tool they use to build the major staring it. Question their intentions, it's unsettling to think. Animalistic in the ground, Nebuchadnezzar would be king, but the pride of their control is that their chains will never kink. You've accepted your imprisonment, now freedom is extinct. You can lead a man to water, but he's never learned to drink. So instead prescribing medicine that simulates a sink.
I know you could give a fuck of my opinions of things, but please save your speech of your visions and dreams at least. We can sit and shoot this shit at the bloodline. Save your passionate speech for the bloodline. I know you study more and understand what money's for. You wanna educate and plead your case for what he's sure. We all stand in attention at the bloodline. You got the podium, now preach it to the bloodline.
For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
They say the ending is upon us. Don't believe the hype. You're sure to see a lot before you ever see the light. See, this is gonna be a little slower than you thought. It's obvious that you never thought at all. I pulled the curtain to the side, show you puppets on a string. See, the puppet master owns everyone that's underneath, and the only purpose is to persuade you how to think. Before you know it, you're a slave, and they labeled you a sheep. That's the same corporation putting poison in your drink. Modify the food supply to make the population shrink, and they fund the politicians that write the policies, and they write the textbook that teach about the missing link. It's lights out, they cut power to my next line. We're all doing bedtime by waiting on the bread line, staring at the clock, waiting for the deadline. If it isn't bedtime, then save your stories for the bloodline. Yeah, save your stories for
the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Money makes the world go round, it makes the world end. Money makes the world go round, it makes the world end.
America has been called the land of opportunity and justly so. Where else in the world has the great opportunity gone unpunished? This is such a boundless my friends, I say to you that a real willingness to work has never gone unrewarded. That is for long.
Hey, yo, Moses! Yeah, you. Yeah. I remember they said we wouldn't do it. Remember that? And then we said we would and we did. I'm not running away. I wanted to stay and face it for myself, but back in the day, I was afraid to make my presence felt. Now I'm awake, I can never sleep again. Impede upon my freedoms will impede you from your offices. Breathe again. They're sucking the life out of the land. It's time to stand for something. It's time to stand together for us and reclaim our country. It's not about the man, it's about the movement. Without the people rising up, there'll be no constitution. This is the movement, time is now. You need to stand for something. Demand your rights and take them back. They won't hand you nothing. This is the movement, time is now. You need to stand for something. Demand your rights and take them back. Rise up, you've been sleeping so long, so it's needed. Rise up, the time has come, and I know you can see it. Eyes open, hands open, you can hear this call to action. Eyes focused, get provoked, and go in motion, made it happen. Rise up, you've been sleeping so long, so it's needed. Rise up, the time has come, and I know you can see it. Eyes open, hands open, you can hear this call to action. Eyes focused, get provoked, and go in motion, made it happen. Rise up, rise up. Rise up! It's the beginning and listening of all with liberty's creed. Mission is seen, a visible dream and reach. Learning the truth to teach, let it spread. Invading the heads, the heart, the thoughts, and planting the seeds. Reaping the harvest of a standing army, armed with reason and peace. Is it a dream they left you in a position of hopelessly worshiping greed? Working to feed your family, taxing your labor, replacing the paper disease. While it spreads across the country like a plague of poisonous bees. Infecting the middle class and poverty stricken upon our backs like feed. This is the movement, time is now. You need to stand for something. Demand your rights and take them back. They won't hand you nothing. This is the movement, time is now. You need to stand for something. Demand your rights and take them back. Rise up, you've been sleeping so long, so it's needed. Rise up, the time has come, and I know you can see it. Eyes open, hands open, you can hear this call to action. Eyes focused, get provoked, and go in motion, made it happen. Rise up, you've been sleeping so long, so it's needed. Rise up, the time has come, and I know you can see it. Eyes open, hands open, you can hear this call to action. Eyes focused, get provoked, and go in motion, made it happen. Rise up, rise up, rise up.
We're livin' and we're jiving. I believe that to be the phrase that pays. I think we just stole that slogan.
We're livin' and jiving for your commute home today, America and Australia. And New Zealand for Nick. Sorry.
Good afternoon, mates.
Good day, mates.
Good day, mates. How you doing out there?
All right.
Hey, welcome back. The beginning's always weird. It's always real weird. Let's turn the headphones.
We always have to
headphones up.
You know, segue from what our conversation offline is to the show.
We sure do.
It's weird.
Hey, just in case you don't know, this is Crypto and Chat. I can never get this right.
I got an Incredible Hulk hand today.
I'm forever having to adjust your chroma key.
I don't have enough blood. It makes me pale.
Are you in the middle of your screen? Yeah.
What is happening?
Move over, man.
Oh, wow.
Get middle of your frame.
How's that?
That's much better.
All right. Welcome to Crypto and Chat, everybody.
Anyway, hey, we are dual streaming today on Facebook, on our Corrected Axiom page, and also on YouTube for the first time. Fantastico. Actually, that's a lie. The very first Crypto and Chat episode, if you remember, was YouTube. Those were in the beginning days when it was... You could never be certain there was audio or video.
Right. We go through the first 30 minutes with no audio.
No audio at all. Hello, everybody. I am Seymour Dak Risk Mac. You already know the name.
And Moses.
Oh, my God. Look at you. You're fucking deteriorating.
Dude, it's so bad. My broadcast will be from 1987 today.
Let's see if we can fix
We're using an old VHS camera.
Real quick. Hey, a little bit.
My name's Moses Flows. We got a crazy show for you.
We got a crazy show for you.
We're going to give away Nexus. We're going to give away the giveaway of Nexus that wasn't given by us, but by the slackers. Right? Who was it? Murdocky and...
There was a bunch of them. So Murdaki, Spade, these are Slack
Spade.
members. There was a couple other ones. I know I'm forgetting them. But at about 9 o'clock, we are going to announce the Nexus Slack, or actually it's really Slack and Discord. So I want to say the Nexus community giveaway. This is just a couple Nexus community members that pulled some Nexus together. For the next couple weeks, they're going to be giving away. This week they're giving away 125 free Nexus. Next week could be 200, could be 100. Who the hell knows? But
Tune in here.
we both submitted entries. I was hoping to win, but I'm a born loser, so I guarantee you I won't. The way this is going to work also, let's say that one of our, Moses or I, did get picked for this giveaway winner. What we would do is actually give 25 of that Nexus away immediately tonight on this show.
Yeah,
Along
if
that's a big if.
We
If we
didn't.
were to win, because we don't want you to think this is inside fucking job here, insider trading. And then we would basically put the rest into the coax fund, which you already know. We give away this Nexus every single week.
we're doing it this week.
And it seems measly, though.
I
They're
know.
giving away 125. We're giving away 3.
3. But
Nexus.
we have, in defense of us, we've been giving away steadily. And there was a week, I don't know if you remember this, Greg reminded me that we gave away 50 Nexus.
50 in 1 week?
Yeah, we wound up splitting it 25-25 with Charlie and Nick, didn't we?
No,
We
I
gave-
thought that was 25. Wasn't
Somebody
that the
correct
Christmas?
us in the comments.
Wasn't that the Christmas special?
Was that what it was? Maybe 30?
I think it was. No, we gave away 25 and then, or no, maybe it was 20 and then whoever won split it.
Right.
I remember they split it. They said, give it away
Right.
now. You guys give away heaps. Share the video. Share the YouTube channel. YouTube is blowing up. We got 90 subscribers. Woo! Hi-yo! We got a special guest also. We don't want to
yeah.
forget about that. How could we?
Good vibes.
Good vibes. John Vibes is going to be joining us. Actually, you know what? Let's make it official. Let's call him up
Bring him
right
on.
now. And I'm warning you, mother suckers. We're going to get weird tonight. All right, let's call him up.
Make sure to have your questions armed in the comments for John Vibes.
Hello?
Hello.
Vibes!
You got camera?
Oh, wait.
You got
I answered the phone instead. I hit the wrong button, man.
Boo.
Wait, I could open it up.
Yeah, just hit the
Yeah,
little
there we
camera.
go. There
We're
we go.
teleprompter free, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, what's going
There
on?
we go.
Teleprompter free.
Welcome aboard.
I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you, man. The last time we were with each other was at the crypto party, right?
Yeah. About a month ago or something, right?
How was your experience at the crypto party?
It was awesome, man. It was good to see that there were so many people, like, at least within driving distance into that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're about an hour and a half away. 2 hours almost. But
So
No
what's
big deal.
what's going on in your world, John Vibes? Can we call you Good Vibes? Is that all right?
I like calling you Good Vibes. Is that all right?
That's actually kind of where the name came from, interestingly enough.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Didn't you used to
Um,
go as Good Vibes?
Yeah, because I had a rave company where I threw raves, and the name of the company was Good Vibes Promotions, and so like I did a whole bunch of like illegal things to like fund those parties.
Amen.
So I didn't really feel comfortable with putting my name out there in the beginning.
Of
So I
course.
just my profile was just Good Vibes because that was the name of my promotional company, and for years like a lot of people didn't even know my name. And then, you know, I ended up kind of moving on from that world and, you know, being more comfortable putting myself out there.
You know,
At
I
least with an
actually
alias.
I started. I was emceeing raves when I was a kid. I was MC Shapeshifter.
Yeah, shapeshifter, man.
That's
us a-
awesome. That's
give
a
us a
good
little
name,
shapeshifter.
man.
Yeah, man.
Give us some shapeshifter.
One time selector. No,
One time for the mind, one time. I
jungle
remember-
drum and bass. I don't know.
Yeah.
See, you're good, man. You can do it.
Oh, he used to kill it, man. That's when. That's kind of at the time frame where Moses and I met each other. We met in high school. He was the white guy who was battling all the black kids that rapped in school. And then I was just like
Nice.
writing poetry and shit. I'm like, oh man, maybe I should link up with this guy, get some credits.
He was writing poetry and lighting candles in the
I
hallway,
was,
getting in touch with his feelings.
I was doing a lot of slam poetry at that time.
yeah.
I was doing a lot of poetry in high school.
Well, now that you've brought that up, you're gonna have to do it here on the show at some point.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, that I don't even know if I got that in me.
No.
But on the rave front, now that the statute of limitations is up, I actually just finished a book about those days, and that's actually my next big project that I just finished working on. I mean, now I got to go through the whole publishing process because I don't think I'm going to self-publish this one. I think this one I'm going to try to like get an agent and get to a big publisher because I think it's a pretty crazy story.
That sounds like an awesome idea. I mean, you were a promoter, or were you a DJ, or what was it?
I was a promoter, yeah.
So, what DJs did you work with? Any jungle?
Jungle DJs. I worked with quite a few of them. My main thing was hardcore.
Cool.
But Freaky Flow is a good friend of mine. I worked with him quite a bit. He was kind of like my main drum and bass guy. Jay Smooth was another one I worked with a lot. Smokey.
Did you know Joe Phaser?
That name sounds really familiar, but I don't think I ever had him out at one of my parties.
No. Oh. Well, I don't even remember this. We're going far back into my brain now. I got to go find my old flyers. MC Shapeshifter. DJ Eddie B. STP Promotions.
Well, tell us about this book. You got a title for the book yet?
Yeah, it's called Paper Squares and Purple Stars, My Life as a Rave Outlaw.
That's
Nice.
dope.
I like that.
Well,
yeah.
So
Go ahead.
we went through a whole episode last week without hardly talking about crypto at all. So I feel like we have to start with you about where you stand with cryptocurrency, what you're hodling, what you're bullish on, or anything. I mean, being a writer, are you involved in Steam? And go from there. Vibes.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, Steam is really the only reason why I have any crypto, because I've had cancer for the past couple of years, so obviously that kind of kills your disposable income. Luckily, that's behind me, and I'm
Congratulations,
doing better
bro.
now.
Awesome.
I appreciate that, man. But yeah, so I couldn't really invest any of my fiat into that because that was all going to doctors. And I've been into crypto for a long time, but I'm really kind of a technically challenged person. So, back in 2012, 2013, when I figured it out, or when I first started finding out about it, the wallets you had to run on your computer had to sync. It was crazy. I couldn't, I could figure it out, but I would constantly lose small amounts of Bitcoin and stuff like that. And so eventually, I kind of put it away for a while. I still was really supportive of it, but I was like, I am too technically dumb for this right now. And in the year or so, maybe 2 years after I got into it, as the price started to go up, other companies started getting involved and making it more user friendly. You know what I mean?
Right.
So then I was able to jump in a little bit more through Steemit and stuff once that got established too. But I've been able to generate quite a bit of crypto on Steemit. I haven't turned any of it into fiat yet. The vast majority, I've turned it into Nexus.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Smart
I'm a
move.
fellow Nexus shill.
That's what this show's about.
That's what this show is, man.
Our whole
Yeah,
background. I always wear my Nexus shirt. I mean, I'm happy
I
you brought
noticed
it up.
that.
You brought it
Yeah,
up.
I
It
mean,
makes
that-
it look better on us.
That's my number one thing, because not only do I really respect the project, and I need the project because I'm out here in rural Maryland with really crappy internet, and a lot of their plans would probably really help me out. And I also like how they have supported the anarchist liberty communities and stuff like that. With their conference and everything like that. And I know that they've sponsored a few events that, we're of the kind of philosophy that we're into. And with the cryptocurrency space growing so much and bringing so much wealth to so many people, I'm going to put my support in the currencies that support what I'm trying to do with this world. You know what I'm saying? So I see Nexus as a team that is on my team as far as team changing the world in a good direction.
Absolutely.
So those are the kind of projects I really like to support. But since I got into it late, I definitely I look at some of those penny stocks quite a bit. You know what I mean? I like that Digibyte. I really hope that jumps up someday.
I lost a couple bucks on that back in the day. It's very enticing though when you look at those ones that are only worth a couple satoshis, a couple hundred satoshis, maybe 2 satoshis.
We were just this is what we were talking about right before we came on, just because we also had a segment that used to be called Moses Coin Pick of the Week.
Yep.
And we kind of abandoned it because the whole market seems to be shit coins right now, the entire market. But we're probably, we're talking about, I bought Mooncoin. Have you ever heard of Mooncoin vibes?
Oh, yeah. I have a little bit of it, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I have
Mooncoin,
about
brother.
$2 worth of Mooncoin because if it goes up to 50 cents, then I have like,
This
$1,000.
is the same math. We did the same math.
Yeah. That's funny. Those hopes and dreams, man. That's what those are called.
So you had to sign up for Blue Trade then, I'm assuming?
What was that?
Blue Trade, is that what you used to get it? I mean, because that's how I got it. I never heard of Blue Trade.
I used coinexchange.io.
Oh, okay. That's good to know because I felt very shady making an account on this Blue Trade thing. It was also for HTML Coin, which is another one I'm holding.
I've seen that. Have you
Have
heard of the shekel? Have you heard of that one?
No.
The
Please.
shekel, that sounds very up my alley.
Bring
Go
it.
ahead.
Bring it, please. I'll buy it right now on the air.
Well, the call letters are pretty interesting. I see that you guys are looking it up now as
No.
we speak.
Look, and I'm listening. If I'm looking away, I'm actually just sharing to different groups and shit. But I'm in.
No,
Moses
I'm
is looking
saying-
it up. He's looking it up right now.
I am.
So I'm sure it's a joke coin. I'm not sure if the person is Jewish or if they're an anti-Semite. But the
little bit of both. It's
the
2018.
call letters,
you know?
the call letters of it are JEW, and it's the shekel.
Oh, I'm buying this fucking coin.
It's trading at around 2 cents or between 1 and 2 cents. I think the last time I looked.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I found it here. Jucoin.io.
Where you buy that on?
You got to buy that from some really shady exchange that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Well, just so everybody can check it out on CoinMarketCap. Can we see that? It's not going to come up.
No, you can get.
I think come up.
Nah, probably not.
Pull it up on.
Pull it up, Jamie.
Pull it up, Jamie.
See, these joke coins, like, they have a potential of if people buy into them because it's funny. We saw that people have legit made money on Dogecoin.
Oh, yeah. No, last week we were talking to Preston from Nexus, and he said what got him into crypto in general were people tipping each other Dogecoin a couple of years back. And, I mean, Dogecoin just passed, $1 billion market cap? Was that the big news a couple weeks ago?
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't buy Doge. You got plenty of shit
I
coins,
like
though.
this, man.
Doc, look at that.
192 satoshis.
All right. That's killing Mooncoin and HTML
It's fucking
coin.
blowing up right now.
I bought HTML coin at 20 or 30, maybe even 30. God, I hope it wasn't 30.
30.
Well, whatever.
30 shekels?
20 Satoshi, and it dropped down. I think it's at 7 now, and it's just plummeting. How does Mooncoin is up 40%, Vibes. I just wanted to let you know as a fellow holder of Mooncoin, it is up 40%. But that just means that it's at 2 Satoshi, which is incredible to think about. I had dropped more than $2 because I did the same math he did, and I said, you know what? Take $20 of Litecoin, send it over here, and just flush it down the toilet.
Yeah, we got Mooncoin right here.
Look at that circulating.
That
Satoshi.
supply is outrageous, though,
Look at
right?
What is this?
Oh, have you guys ever heard of Project X?
No.
No.
Bring it. What
Dude,
is it?
Bring it.
Its supply is like 1, and it has I think its call letters are Nano X or something like that. Look it up. It's
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous.
There
Its
it is.
supply is 1, and it trades at like
Holy
$300,000.
What is this?
What
Oh,
is
okay,
this?
yeah. That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's this crazy mystery. When I first saw it, it was at around $300,000 per coin.
Bring it to markets real quick, Doc. I got to see where it's traded at. What is that?
Yobit.
Yobit. So,
You got to go to Yobit.
but how is the vol? All right, here's a real mystery.
'Cause it's
How is the volume 514?
Because it's only trading a fraction A fraction of that
Yup.
1 nano X.
Like, what is this?
Wow. Let's see what social has to say about it. Nothing. No active feeds.
I know. It's the weirdest
Wow.
thing, man. It's some weird project, and it pumps and dumps constantly to the level of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Wow. I want to get in on this. I think you might have just...
I know.
Project X cluster-based mining contracts. Interesting.
This is a...
Interesting.
We've got a crypto and chat exclusive, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Nano X. I'm going to buy me maybe like a 100th of a percent of one of these fucking things.
Shekel and Project X. I'm going to tell you right now, Vibes. So far, all your crypto information has revolutionized our... Because we haven't been doing this. It's crypto and chat. We have not been talking crypto.
No, we've been focusing on the chat.
And I'm very thankful. And I have just personally taken a back seat in the crypto world. I don't know what the hell's going on with the market. I continuously am buying and stacking Nexus. That's always...
I've jumped from the trunk to, like, the passenger seat recently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Nick Wright. Why is this saying anonymous on here? It's not giving us the names of the chat, but Nick Wright said, "Oh, I saw a Litecoin Ben tab." Whoo! Did you really?
that?
Nah, we got somebody in the chat noticing the tabs that I have lined up for today's show in the fucking Explorer there.
What, you got a security breach here?
Yeah, somebody just hacked our system.
No.
Just to find out who we're going to give 3 Nexus to in the second half of this show.
Nexus. Hey, don't forget, 9 o'clock, we're going to be giving away 100, or announcing the 125 Nexus giveaway from the Nexus community, which is fucking awesome.
Vibes, are you in Slack?
Nah, I haven't been able to figure that out yet, but I am in Discord.
Okay.
All right,
Same
well,
difference.
actually...
But I haven't found the Nexus Discord group yet.
Oh, well,
yeah, it's a mystery.
it is a mystery.
I'm not on there. I don't think I have Discord.
I can send
set
you
up.
an invite to the Slack. I know that.
All right, yeah, I'll have to get on there because when I went there through the Nexus website, it took me to something like totally different that I couldn't figure out. That was before they updated the website, though.
Yeah. Well, Slack is a little bit confusing, I think.
Yeah, and
personally.
like I said, I'm not the best tech guy either, so.
I'm with you, bro.
I'm with you,
I think
too.
that's why we have the same crypto mind, all right? We both love Nexus,
Yep.
and we both are investigating shit coins that we have no idea about. But
Yeah, exactly.
I'm driving shotgun now, too. I'm not in the trunk anymore. I'm out there looking. I'm seeing. And you got anything else you're bullish on? Any other weird shit coins?
Well, there are two not shit coins, but
I say that in
two
love, obviously.
Two things that I hope have progress that I put some money in are Storm and Syndicator, and that's only because of the teams. And
Talk about them. I don't know anything about either of them, honestly.
well, Syndicator has Charlie Shem. You remember that guy or Sherm?
Schrem?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to
So
jail,
he's-
right?
But he's out now.
Yeah, he's
and
out.
He's a Bitcoin OG, and he's on the team, and so is a former Facebook executive.
Really?
And they're basically making some AI algorithm to predict the traditional stock market or something. I don't really believe in the project, but I believe in the team.
Yeah.
And with Storm, it's some kind of media token, but the head of it is the CEO of Bittrex.
Oh, no
So-
shit. So it'll be on
Yeah.
Bittrex, probably, maybe.
Yeah, and you think like people like that aren't going to throw all their time into something that is going to make their name look bad. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's a really
So-
good way to look at this. Looking at the teams, that's always the way you should do it. Sound projects, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's really why I have the support for Nexus that I do. You know, if I dig the project and I dig the idea, but the fact that it's very, very serious people behind it that already have connections to all these industries that they're getting involved in, that's what makes me really trust it.
Where'd you hear about Nexus from? Was it Keith?
It was from the conference, which was Keith,
Yeah.
but my co-author Derek was booked for the conference.
Were you there?
So, no, because I was in like cancer treatment
that's
dealing
right,
with all
yeah.
that. Otherwise, I probably would have tried to be a speaker and all that. But, you know, I was just impressed that they had such a great conference with so many speakers
it was
who were
our
like
fantasy.
on the level. Yeah,
They had created our fantasy conference.
Yeah, no, it was perfect. Each day was exponentially the greatest day ever,
Yeah.
and it was just wild, man. You know, meeting G. Edward Griffin, Ron Paul, Judge Knapp, fucking Jesse Ventura, chasing him down, trying to get a picture from her.
Dennis Kucinich.
Hey, remember we got him to say the line from what was it, Predator?
I ain't got time to bleed.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Yo,
Now get the
Vibes,
hell out of here.
He's running away from us, covering his face like no pictures, no pictures. Ever
Who's
since he's
doing
done-
that?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura, he didn't want any pictures.
Oh yeah.
He won't take pictures, and so it was the last day. The rainbow incident had just happened, which I'm sure you must have heard about. I mean, you are the media, and that's a media-worthy event. You should write an article about it. It was the coolest thing I ever witnessed. A fucking rainbow came out when Ron Paul got done speaking. It was fucking crazy.
I did hear that story actually.
But here comes Jesse Ventura running to his car, covering his face, and we're like, "Come on, Jesse!" And oh no, you ain't getting one. You got a picture with everybody. You won't get one with me. And then he gets. In
Are
his
you
car.
serious?
Yeah. He gets in his car, and we go, Jesse, just say the line from Predator, man, and we'll let you go. And he turned around, and he said, I ain't got time to bleed. And then he drove off. Coolest thing ever, man.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was a
That
good
is
time.
pretty awesome.
So, you're writing books. You're writing for the Free Thought Project. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Free Thought Project? Let's change gears for a second.
Which I've been a huge fan for a long time, just so you know. Go ahead.
Yeah, they are a basically it kind of started out mostly focused on police accountability and, you know, some kind of government corruption, stuff like that. And it was started by Matt Agrest and Jason Bassler, and I was one of their first other writers, you know, aside from them. I was one of their first that they brought on the team. And, you know, since then, we've just been kind of trying to expand the kind of topics we cover and stuff. So it's mostly just, you know, anything the alternative media would cover, we get into.
Oh, yeah. You have a whole bunch of new articles up there right now. What were we looking at about the student being suspended for refusing to leave the classroom during the gun control rally thing?
Yeah, that was out today. That was I think that was Matt, yeah.
Yeah, what is your take on this whole thing going on in the world right now?
I mean, I think that it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? I mean, all these people want to be slaves. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a peace-loving hippie that doesn't even. You know, I only shot a gun once in my life, but I think that everybody should be able to have them that wants them, and I don't trust the cops with them.
Right.
You know, and
don't
the
you
thing
think
with all these,
it's not intellectually honest on the left to be calling for gun control, but then also be out there saying stop police violence? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like,
oh, that's the big thing, is that these people are like, Trump is literally Hitler, and the cops are, you know, terrible thugs, which I pretty much agree with both of them, even though I think that every president is literally Hitler. But yeah, like even they can't connect those two things. They don't understand that Trump and the cops are the guys that the guns are going to be handed over to. Yeah. So
people aren't willing to read history, or I mean, it seems like there's been a massive dumbing down. Do you find it interesting, this new liberalism? I don't even know what this is. What do we call this? It's neo-fascism, but it's liberals.
Well, it's crazy.
Yeah, well,
they figured out that if you use the kids, they'll just protest to take their own rights away.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the greatest fucking pawns of all, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, it's always, for the children and all that. And I think that, I think it was Keith made a really good point the other day saying that, of course, they're going to leave to get, a free day out of that hellhole.
Yeah, exactly.
From
their indoctrination camp.
Exactly.
Try to do it after hours. See how many kids show up for it.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. On a Friday night.
Yeah, exactly. When there's, partying and drugs to be doing.
Exactly.
There's a YouTube channel that I watch called Fleckus Talks, and he's actually he's been getting other people to kind of do these videos for him where they're holding a microphone taped to a wooden spoon. But there was a video he just released where it was kids at these school walkouts basically just interviewing their classmates. And most of them are just like, yeah, I don't even agree with this. Like, I feel it's weird because they were told it wouldn't be political. Obviously, that was a lie. And they want to protest or raise awareness for these kids that lost their lives in the most recent shooting, but they don't agree with gun control, so they're kind of torn where, they don't want to like opt out of the walkout and then look like they don't give a shit about these kids that died. But they also don't want to support, an agenda that they don't agree with. So, it's kind of an easy way to trap them into just, being on TV, being pawns for, the main objective, which is gun control. I mean, it's an all-out gun ban. You know what I'm saying? They want to talk about banning assault rifles, semi-automatics. They want to ban everything. It's not going to be one thing. It's going to be everything. It's all or nothing.
Well, specifically speech right now, which Vibes, I mean, what is your take on that? I mean, YouTube is straight up deleting accounts, the people that have differing opinions.
Dude. Yeah.
It's out of control. Like, we're getting killed. We used to reach millions of people, on a regular basis, and our reach has just been diminished ridiculously over the past 2 years. And a lot of it started with the whole Trump thing and everybody saying the fake news and all that, and then Facebook started to clamp down, and then YouTube started to clamp down, and now it's just to the point where nobody can even survive. I put out an article that's coming out this weekend about some searches that we did on Google relating to the Parkland shooting and stuff. It was actually the staff at the Free Thought Project. We were comparing what came back when we searched DuckDuckGo and when we searched Google. Mm-hmm. And when we searched Google for girl says 3 shooters Parkland, a bunch of articles came up, just regular mainstream media or supporting gun control. Then we searched DuckDuckGo, and it was legit a news video of a girl saying that there were 3 shooters. And then we searched Bing, and the same thing came up. So Google has definitely changed their algorithm to completely suppress any kind of thing like that.
Have you seen the Google suppression of people being able to purchase guns online? If they go searching AR-15 or anything like that, they literally can't find it to purchase online unless they go to a site.
Yeah, I did see that. It's totally like, you can't search Google for that no more.
Yeah, and it's going down. I mean, Google just banned all crypto ads as well. Facebook had already banned all crypto ads.
Good call. Do you think that's an okay thing for crypto? You think that's a problem?
Well, yeah, I think it will be temporarily because you could already see people freaking out on the prices and stuff like that. Yeah. But at the same time, you guys are familiar with the Streisand effect, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like whenever you try to suppress something on the internet, it's just going to grow. Like, we saw that with file sharing. We saw that with, the Silk Road. Mm-hmm. Once they shut that down, a million more popped up, and it's still going on right now, even better than when Ross Ulbright did it. And you kind of see it with crypto exchanges. When they're trying to regulate crypto exchanges, you have now the next popular thing is decentralized exchanges. So well, the people wanting freedom are always going to be one step ahead, and the more that they try to suppress this, it's just going to call attention to it.
Now, speaking of that, Vibes, these events, this most recent, Parkland, to you, is that used for political gain, or is it made to happen for political gain? Is it a false flag?
With these kind of things, like, I think we didn't find out that Tonkin was a false flag until like 20 years later. You know what I mean? And with things like this, I think it's going to be a long time before we know the truth for sure. I'd be willing to bet in these cases, like you say like maybe like 20 of these random big terrorist or random shootings happen a year that get big news coverage or whatever. Yeah. I'd say maybe at least between 3 and 5 of them are staged. You know what I'm saying?
Like what happened in Vegas?
In Vegas, that is the sketchiest one. Yeah. That's the sketchiest one.
It's crazy
because
how
that's
it's
one.
been so long and we still don't know damn near fucking shit.
Yeah, and there has been so many instances of the cops lying and trying to suppress the story, and that one, I think that enough time has passed and that we have enough evidence to say that there was definitely some involvement.
So what
It's
do they
hard to
stand
say.
to gain from that? Because they didn't even utilize that one the way they're going to try to use this Parkland
That was
shit.
the weird thing. That was the weird thing. Well, actually, I did see a whole bunch of different stuff where the people that own Mandalay Bay, first off, they sold a bunch of stock like right before that happened, like a large amount to make it weird.
Yeah.
And there's some guy that is involved at some level with the government. I'm not sure, but he owns these this company that puts in these like metal detectors and body scanners and stuff like that. And apparently they're going to start suggesting to have them at these places.
Yeah, I had heard that. And I heard they were connected to the Saudis in some way too.
Yeah, and I heard another theory that the guy was like running guns for them and that he was starting to get too loud about things. All them theories are plausible, you know what I'm saying? And with this stuff, there's so much obfuscation and disinformation that's put out on purpose that it's so hard to like get to the bottom of what actually happened. But with these cases, you can kind of know when there's enough smoke, you could know that there is something super sketchy going on.
And just by even us bringing this up, we're simulcasting on YouTube, which we're trying to build our YouTube account back up after we were taken down actually a couple of years ago. I like to think of ourselves as pioneers of being ripped down on YouTube because we were doing it long before the whole fake news craze. We got taken down. So hopefully this conversation doesn't get us taken down just right away. But that leads me to a question for you, Vibes, on what do you know about DTube and why the hell can't they get it operational?
Oh, I figured out how to get some fucking videos uploaded finally to that shit.
Oh, it's operational, but it's just a huge pain in the ass.
So the only way I can get videos uploaded is I have to use Google Chrome. I like using Mozilla, typically.
That's what I use, yeah.
And then I tried using Explorer, which I hate fucking using. I definitely hate using Chrome. But the only way I can get videos to upload consistently is through Chrome. And I'm on a PC.
Yeah. It is a pain in the ass, and those sites that break out from Steemit, they're all like still in mega beta phase. You know what I'm saying? So they're still working on them and progressing them. So we're definitely dealing with a really, really rudimentary version of it. When these, I think when these big corporations like YouTube and stuff like that, when they launch a platform, it is polished and ready to go.
Right.
But with these decentralized platforms, you're still like dealing with construction everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Back in your rave days, how was your view on 9/11? Or what brought you to this consciousness awakening? Because clearly you're in the same boat as us, which is you're an anarchist, libertarian.
Yeah.
But you're awake, and that's all that matters.
I started well, I mean, when I was a kid, I was really into aliens and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I first got AOL in like I think it was the summer between 5th and 6th grade, I think.
Yeah.
And it was my first time on the internet, and I started searching all this alien stuff, and I found some conspiracy stuff every now and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it wasn't like it got later on, you know what I mean? That stuff was like very here and there, very sparse, and you'd only come across it every now and then. But I had seen it enough to be familiar with it,
Right.
So all through middle school, high school, I was always like very anti-authoritarian and stuff, but I had no real
philosophical rooting, like
exactly. So I got into like whatever was the opposite of mainstream society. So I was like really into the goth stuff, and I got really into Satanism and stuff like that. And that was actually what put me down the road to like reading things and philosophy and stuff like that. And then I started eating a bunch of drugs, and I was like, what is this stuff that I believe in? I'm a sick fuck, you know what I mean? So then I just kind of had this weird spiritual thing. And at the same time, meanwhile, while all that was going on, the conspiracy stuff was starting to creep way more onto the internet, you know what I mean? And that was around 2008 when the economy crashed, you know? So as soon as the economy crashed, I was like, man, everybody on YouTube's been saying that this shit was going to happen. This shit is real. All this shit is real. So at that point, I got really fanatical about it, and I thought that, like, the economy was collapsing, like, tomorrow. You know what I mean? I literally quit my job and went through raves and sold drugs full-time after that. I was like, we're going to be, like, you know, Thunderdome soon, so, you know, fuck this suit and tie job. I was working at a funeral home, though, which went along with the goth thing. You know?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, so that was my suit and tie job, but I quit that, and then I did the rave thing full time, and long story short, a couple of parties in, when I really started making a name for myself in Baltimore, and the club that I had found it really started making a name for themselves. There were cops outside one night when we were staying open past 2 o'clock. And in Maryland, there's like this really strict law. All the clubs got to close at 2 o'clock. But we were like, fuck that. You know, we want to pull a crowd. So we know that people will come here if we stay open late. Plus, we don't want to send people home all fucked up at 2 o'clock in the morning. So we'll close down half the club and have everybody go upstairs in the lounge and chill out with some drum and bass for a couple hours while they mellow out, you know?
Right.
And, there was one night, it was 2 o'clock, and there were just so many cars in the parking lot that the cops knew that everybody was still in there, so they were waiting out in the parking lot. And they, we decided not to shut down, and I basically gave this big fuck the police speech and said, if you got undercovers in here, I'm talking to you too.
If you got undercovers in here, you got to tell me you're a cop, bro.
Yeah.
No, I said fuck the police, and if you're undercover and you're in here, I'm talking to you too. I think was what I said. And people just went nuts, yo. And I was like, wow, like maybe I could talk about this this shit that I'm into and use it as use what I'm doing now as a platform. And then I got way too political with my stuff, and then people stopped coming to my parties because...
Well, us too, dude. I know. Nobody wants to be our friends anymore. No. Check this out. Hold on.
Sorry for the tangent.
No, that's what we want. Beautiful. That's what we're about. And we're the same person, me and you. We are. Have you ever smoked DMT?
Actually, that was the reason why I wrote my first book, man. Like, I did some DMT, and I had this experience where I was told to write a book. Like I was told telepathically from whatever entities that I had communicated with.
Can you elaborate a little bit on the entities, which I find it very, very fascinating? That almost exclusive. Anybody who uses DMT tries their best to use words to explain these entities that you're about to talk about. I mean, everybody sees them. Everybody deals with them. Everybody tries to explain them.
Yeah.
You've heard this stuff before.
Yeah. I've never smoked it, though. So take us into the world of your first DMT smoke session.
Well, actually, I mean, I don't know if I should say this because I don't want to encourage people, but like the first 2 times I smoked it, I didn't really feel it. You know what I mean? I just felt weird, but I didn't like break through. And the day that the day that this particular experience happened, I went over to my friend's house and he had some, and there were a couple people there and they were like, hey, you want to do this? And I was like, well, it's never really worked for me before. And then one of them was like, well, yeah, that's because you got to snort it. And I was like, yo, I never heard of that before.
What?
And they were like, yeah, well, in the spirit molecule, they inject it. So what's the difference? And I was like, well, all right. Yeah, you make a valid point, young and dumb. So I was like, so they put out like 3 big lines on the table. And I'm like, all right, so what's that for all of us? And then they're like, no, that's for you because the way it works, like you have to do so much of it for it to work if you do it that way. But if you do, it'll definitely work. And I was so young and dumb that I did it. And it did work, but it hurt so bad that like it ruined half the experience because it felt like I got punched in the face. You know what I'm saying?
Was it burning?
Yeah, real burning, real bad.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty crazy story. But I don't try that at home. Like there are better ways to smoke it. Like I wasn't holding it in right. I didn't have to go that far and do that. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But,
go ahead. Explain when you actually broke
the entities.
through. Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw this like as Terrence McKenna calls it, the chrysanthemum, which is like this. It's like a kaleidoscope that you go through.
I've heard about
this. Yeah, so it's like it's all these colors and shapes and patterns, but you haven't seen them before. Like they have not. Maybe Alex Gray kind of comes close because he's trying to replicate that. You know what I mean? But it's definitely colors that you've never seen before. So after that, my life flashed before my eyes, but it wasn't like, it was like all the bad things that I've done and like all the things that I did not like about myself. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then I was like taken through these visions of the things that I did like in my life and wanted more of. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't see entities in that one. I've seen entities in other experiences, but I felt entities. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they were speaking to me without words. Like I felt the presence of entities that were not the other people in the room. They were like in my headspace instead. And they told me to write a book. And then somebody in the other room set off a nitrous tank, which broke me out of my shit.
What the fuck?
And then, like, I started freaking out, and I thought I was dead because my life had just flashed before my eyes, and it was the first time I ever experienced anything like that. And then,
what was time like? Yeah. Vibes. What was time like?
Oh, yeah, so it felt like it was hours, but that was only like 5 minutes. I was asking people, how long had it been? How long had it been? And they were like, you know, it's only been a few minutes. And for me, it had felt like a really long time. And at that point, everything had still looked and seemed weird. And I asked for water, and they were like trying to give me water, but like I was like not trusting it. It was weird. I was thinking really weird stuff.
Yeah.
And then it kind of started chilling out. But during that whole time, because of the whole like going up the nose thing, I had ripped my shirt off and I was like blowing my nose in my face and it was like hurting and I was going through all that shit too.
Right.
So please do not try that at home. Like I do not recommend that.
What is it about tripping, you know, DMT? I never did DMT. I smoked salvia once, which was fucking crazy. I definitely don't recommend ever doing that.
I don't recommend that either.
Holy fuck. I could tell that story. But even eating mushrooms, or I would say more like eating mushrooms, sometimes when you eat some liquid acid or something like that. But the DMT specifically, what is that? Do you think
it's not a trip? It's not a hallucination.
Totally.
Like another dimension, another timeline, another, you know, how would you explain that?
It is definitely like you're going into, it's like a portal to another dimension, man.
It's realer than this dimension.
You're like put into a video game where everything is geometric and stuff for like a few minutes.
Yeah.
And you can't be walking around and stuff. Like you need to like just sit down and like watch the movie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, some people try to like go out and do that recreationally, and by recreationally I mean like out at a concert and stuff like that. And that is not, you know.
Can you try to compare it to the trip of mushrooms or LSD? Meaning, what are you experiencing with mushrooms and LSD versus that change? I mean, they're two different things, right? You're hallucinating when you're taking mushrooms and or LSD. This is not a hallucination, right?
there are elements of that, you know what I mean? But it is so much stronger, you know? And to say whether it's a hallucination or not, I mean, that all depends on like what's going on inside the brain and stuff, and all that is super theoretical at this point anyway. But it you're definitely, because when you're on acid or mushrooms, things just like look different, you know?
Right.
You don't see wireframe people walking around like, you know, and that is kind of what the entities have looked like in some of the other experiences I've had, like wireframe people.
I find it interesting, people's concept of time during this. I had read a few different people. One guy, it was kind of horrifying, actually, to think that he had experienced 1,000 years worth of information. And that's what he was saying. I experienced 1,000 years. And he was very adamant that he had lived an entire more than lifetime while away, and then came back and tried to condense 1,000 years worth of information or processing into human language, which is not equipped for any of these words. They just wind up saying things like, you know, entities.
Yeah.
I've heard people saying that they're almost robotic, or that they're almost just a presence.
The comedian Ari Shafir, he smoked DMT, and he said that on this one trip, he lived a whole nother life. He was in this other life for like 12 years, but he was him, but he was like some underwater version of him. And he said he made friends. He went to school. He learned lessons, and he was only on this trip for like a handful of minutes, you know, maybe like 6 minutes or some shit like that. But like when he came back, it was like, dude, I lived a whole nother fucking life. Like I had friends over there. Like I still have friends there in this other fucking world. Like, I mean, I've eaten too many mushrooms, you know, many, many moons ago. Where to the point where I thought, you know, what I was seeing, like I felt my skin was swollen.
Residue.
Yeah, well, I got a residue in my life. I felt like my skin was swollen and it was pitch black. We used to like to eat mushrooms and then go walk up the street and through the woods and walk down the train tracks in the pitch black and just kind of let that blank canvas, you know, just kind of work itself out, and you wind up seeing a lot of crazy shit. Actually, side note, ADD moment. What is it about tripping with other people when you guys eat the same batch of mushrooms? How is it that you hallucinate and you see some crazy shit, and then the other people can see the same shit with you?
You know what?
That?
I was just talking to Mike about this the other day, actually.
Heist?
Yeah. I don't think that it has anything. Personally, I don't think it has anything to do with it being the same batch. I think that it has to be a person that you have a connection with. Yeah. Because it increases the connection between you, and you guys, like, you know, it's like an empath thing. You vibe on the same thing, and you could read each other's minds. I've done that with a couple of people, and I've tripped with a lot of people, and that's happened to me a lot of times. But it's only happened to me with people who I have some kind of like deep connection with.
Yeah.
When those people that you shared them with, I'm guessing they might have been close friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that is the variable there, because it's definitely happened to me, and it's always been like just people I was real close with.
Yeah, I remember one time tripping with a group of friends. Moses, I don't know if you were there or not, but something flew over. You know, it was like a dragon or some shit, and everybody went at the same time, and I was like, yo, you guys saw that shit? Like, I know I'm tripping. Like, I know I poisoned myself. I'm hallucinating. I'm seeing shit. But the fact that everybody else was just, like, you know, fucking ducked down at the same time. Whoa, shit.
Yo.
You see that?
You know the Eddie B story when we're walking the train tracks and we both stopped and whoa.
Yeah.
And we looked at each other and we both fucking saw a ghost train that hit us. We both at the same time.
All right, we got to put this conversation on pause just for 1 second. It is about 9 o'clock. We have to announce the Nexus community giveaway of 125 Nexus.
I wanted to go into the Mandela effect. I hope we can still talk.
No, we're coming back. Write it down.
I'll stick around, man. I'll stick around.
Yes,
I'm having fun.
Stick around with us. Okay. We're going to pull up the page at 9 o'clock, and it's 9 o'clock. So here we go. We're going to pull up the page now where the announcement has been made. Again, we are only announcing this giveaway. We have really nothing to do. We tried to win it, actually. We entered, both of us, to win, and we did not win. So we were working with some of the Slack members to allow us to announce it first before they announce it elsewhere. So,
Side note, we're going to be doing this again next week, and I don't know how many times they want to do this.
I think they're at least slotted to do 2 or 3 more weeks worth of giveaways.
But Vibes,
I'm
obviously,
signing up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. Vibes got to get you signed up for Slack, and anybody watching, because I don't know if I know Greg is in on this contest right now.
And
But,
the winner is
here we go.
of 125 Nexus in the March 16th giveaway. Oh, wait, you know what I had here? I lined up and I fucking didn't even do it.
No,
I'm so stupid.
Drum roll.
White Magnum from the
White
Nexus Discord
Magnum.
channel. And there's a little thing here.
congratulations. White
White
Magnum
Magnum.
entered on the first day and has our friend at Jet Funk to thank for picking the random number to select a winner this week. So Jet Funk chose White Magnum. I need to change my name online because mine's just boring as fuck.
White Magnum.
There were 218 unique entries in the raffle. I wonder how many I could have done. How many different entities? Never mind.
I think he was asking that you just do one.
Yeah, I figured.
But there was like no police in it, really. I'm clearing the names and addresses to start again for next week's drawing. So congratulations to White Magnum for winning 125 Nexus. So while we're at the site, we'll go back a little bit here and see if this is at microcapcrypto.com. Not sure who's running this site, but I'm sure it's one of these guys here. Where the fuck is the giveaway page?
Shout out to P-Dog in the chat who says Jet Funk rules.
Jet
Amen,
Funk
P-Dog.
rules? Fantastic. Oh, here it is. Nexus raffle. All right, a little bit about the free Nexus raffle. Members of the Nexus community are running a free raffle each week. The current prize pool is at $100, but the one we just gave away, 125 Nexus. All of the entries I've received will go into a spreadsheet, and we'll have someone from the community generate a random number to choose the winner. Enter below. So you need to go to microcapcrypto.com / or / whatever fucking slash that is, Nexus raffle. At some point, I guess we'll just fucking share this. And you could also go to the Discord page, and I guess you can get in through there.
Well, I'm about to post it in Slack for those that didn't come through and watch the show.
So here are the contributors. This is just community members giving this shit away. You got Spade, Murdocky, who actually donated Nexus to us to give
Yeah.
away, which is
So-
the Nexus we give away.
When you get Nexus from us on the show, it's Murdocky's Nexus.
It's Murdocky and Keith. And
yeah.
Keith also. Zim, Quarters, King... Kim Komba. I fucked that up. Past winners are Alberic, Blackjack,
Zombies.
and they all won 25 each, which is not bad at all, but 125 Nexus.
What's the winner's name again?
That's White Magnum.
White Magnum.
White Magnum.
How do you spell Magnum? I got it.
That was a very telling fucking question right there.
Yeah,
I've never had to read that word on any gold wrappers of any sort in my lifetime. Sorry. White Magnum, congratulations, you sucker. We're also giving away... fuck you. I wanted to win. We're going to give away 3, but we're going to wait. It just ended, our giveaway of 3 measly Nexus.
We're going to wait.
Just ended, but we're going to wait. I want to get back into the conversation
Let's go
here.
right back in.
Let's
here.
go. Let's
Where
meld.
where were we at?
We were talking about...
We were at the whole world simultaneously experiencing the same hallucination called reality while we all travel at speeds unknown through space. Sorry. I had a question for you. Let me see if I can get back there.
Hey, John, how long is your hair?
Maybe like a foot or something
Foot?
like that. Maybe.
Doc, who's got it? Vibes or Doc? Let's see.
He's probably got longer hair than me.
It goes down into my beehole.
I think so. Yeah,
Congratulations
definitely.
for that. I got it now.
It's like
It was about
horse's mane.
Have you been experiencing a weird fluctuation in time? Do you feel that time is being experienced different by us now?
Yeah, faster.
Yes.
Yeah, much faster.
Yeah. I think. I mean, the lab coats have an explanation for that. I'm not sure, like if I buy it or not. But it sounds legit. So apparently, like as you grow and go through time, like your brain starts like processing things differently. Mm-hmm. And since you're more familiar with things, you need to do less analyzing. So somehow, like by your brain chunking all these experiences, like into pieces, like it has to work less, and therefore you experience time as going faster.
Now you,
I don't know if that's true.
Well, it's an interesting point.
It could be.
I actually saw online somebody trying to show that physically time is different now, meaning that they used to use 1 Mississippi and 1/1000. I think more prevalent in the UK. Why this music, dude?
I don't know. Why not?
This
The
just
world's
don't
a
feel right.
circus. The world's a circus, man.
I mean, just that was. I was hoping it was going to be like dramatic and like weird, but I mean that was
It could
just
have
weird.
been. I'm trying to juxtaposition this.
Go ahead,
whole
you got that.
situation.
Just focus on that.
So they're saying that it takes a different amount of time in a day now to do that?
They're saying that it's half the time, but not all day long. They're saying it's going faster at night.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what they're basing
Really?
that on. Yeah, I just saw this, and it has something to do. Do you find
With
it
the Earth
interesting?
spinning, maybe?
It's got actually something to do with the experiencing of the Mandela effect. Believe it or not, I'm sure you've heard of the Mandela effect.
Oh yeah, I'm into that, man.
All right,
for
yeah.
sure.
So, well, what are some ones that affected you? Mandela effect.
Well, the man, there are a lot that. Well,
Luke, I
the
am
one
your
that I-
father.
the Luke, I am your father one's really crazy, but the one that I thought was nuts because it was like from the. Have you seen the Bible ones?
Oh, all of them, dude.
man,
They're
that's his
amazing.
favorites.
Those ones are crazy because that's like, you know, I understand that there were different versions and editions, but there are certain sayings like the lion and the lamb and all that have went down through time that you know, everybody in that kind of culture knows.
Dude,
you know
there's
what
a
I'm saying?
Lion and Lamb Ministries. And they're called Lion and
Exactly.
Lamb Ministries. There's a Christian rock band called the Lion and the Lamb. You know, there's a whole bunch of interesting ones in that world. One of which I broke out at my mom's church when she made us go for Christmas last year. And I fired it off. And she goes, you know, when 2 or more are gathered, he is in the midst. I'm like, are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure that it's when 2 or 3 are gathered, he is in the midst. Which means a lot different. Does that mean that at 4, God is no longer on your side when you're in prayer? Like you need 2 or 3.
It's very specific.
But
Did she have to get the book out and everything, or what?
usually, well, people aren't willing to, you know, bend with this stuff. You know, when you break somebody's reality up, they're not trying to hear it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of writings in the Bible about this taking place. If you go into Daniel and you start to see about he will be given the ability to change times and whatever. I mean, it talks about the changing of the word or changing of history. Like you can see a good reasoning why it's almost predicted in there. And there are plenty of Bible like Christians who are believers in the Mandela effect, believing that this is, you know, the great deception that's happening. It's clearly something. I'm going to tell you.
There's something weird.
Look at E.T. for Doc, all right? I showed Doc the E.T. home phone scene. Are you familiar, Vibes?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
puts his finger out the window and he goes, E.T. home phone. And then the kid goes, E.T. phone home. The problem with it, now Doc said, he shot it down and he said, well, you're remembering because immediately after that, E.T. says home or phone home. And over again, he says phone home. The problem is, it's that first moment that you're recalling with the finger out the window. You know what I mean? Like, that's the most famous line. How is it always the most famous line with these things?
Yep.
Good Vibes.
Yep. And well, one interesting thing I heard is we were doing the Free Your Mind conference for the past few years in Philadelphia. We're taking off this year, 2018, and we might actually. We're not sure what we're going to do for 2019. We know we're coming back, but anyway, we had a guy speak last year. His name's Ross Ben. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
No.
He gave a whole presentation on the Mandela effect.
Really?
And his theory. Are you familiar with the Philadelphia experiment?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
His theory is that the Philadelphia experiment created some ripple in time that created the Mandela effect.
Okay.
It's on YouTube. You could look it up and see what he has to say.
It's like
but
that's
his theory on it.
The argument that CERN is doing this is valid. I mean, a lot of people point at
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's similar.
True.
Similar to the
That's true.
Philadelphia experiment. Have you ever heard of L.A. Marzulli?
No, I don't think so.
Being an alien enthusiast as you are, I think you would dig him. I actually saw him speak. He came up to that same church I'm talking about up here, and he signed his books. And it's all about finding the skulls of the giants and all this.
And the Nephilim.
And all that.
Oh, wow.
But he talks about Mandela effect, and he don't hold back with it. He talks about all of that.
It's
really interesting.
Let's do a little ET. Let's see what we got.
Here we go. Well, this is somebody's edited video.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not. I like getting the actual movie scene. Here we go.
E.T. home phone.
Yeah, no way. That's weird. That ain't how it is, man.
E.T. phone home. E.T.
Yeah, nah,
phone
like that.
home.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
That doesn't sound right, huh?
Well, all right, here's
It
the best part
definitely
about
doesn't
this. I'm
sound-
just telling you right now. If you find the actual video clip from that, if you write in ET phone home, you're going to find somebody had taken that scene back 6 years ago. They took just that scene, nothing after it. They chose to name it ET phone home. Now, you tell me, back then, 6, 7 years ago, whenever it was, somebody took the time to cut their favorite scene out of a movie and then name it what they believed it to be, but they were wrong? Like,
Yeah.
how is that possible? Even better. There are comments.
When the VHS of the Star Wars was the same and stuff, when they pulled it out.
Yeah.
Exactly. And look, so Doc has pulled it up. Now, I want you to look at the comments. This is another thing I find interesting. If you look at the comments on this video, look at when it, first off, when was it posted? How long ago?
This was 2010.
2010. If you look at the comments, the first comments back in 2010 will not say anything about the fact that this person wrote phone home and it's home phone. But when you get to 2012 and after, it starts happening.
That's
So-
crazy.
Let's see how far we can go back here.
And again, this is not exclusive to this ET clip. If we go to the Field of Dreams video, if we find the Luke, I Am Your Father, you find all the actual clips from the movie. You go back, if they were posted long ago enough, you're not going to find any comments from anybody in 2010 saying, that's backwards. I don't remember it like that. But then all of a sudden, poof. You know, in 2012 seems to be when it starts.
Said phone?
That's pretty wild, man.
Can't you understand it?
Drew fucking Barrymore, bro.
It's another. All right, let's look at
I
some of these
know.
comments.
See if we can go back in a time 6 months ago. This might be a different video. What is this?
It is the right one.
It's the same video?
Look,
Yeah.
it's ET phone home
Let's
dot
sort
FLV.
by,
So you know somebody just uploaded that shit. You know what I mean? Like, here's my favorite scene.
Newest first. We're gonna have to go back.
You see all the everything you're reading right now,
Yeah.
though. Look, what the fuck? ET phone home. ET
Yeah,
phone home.
yeah.
What the fuck? Why you say home phone?
Yeah. Why he say home phone?
Cell phone. ET cell phone. Let's see if we're a year back right now. Let's see if we can get.
We're a year back.
A
That's not
couple
going to be
years.
good enough.
I know we got to get.
Can
like
you go to
10
the
years
first
back.
posts?
Not automatically, man. It's fucking YouTube.
5 years ago. I love that movie.
I love that movie. E.T. Call Home.
My
oldest sister is 20. She's terrified of him.
Vibes, are you seeing this? Look at these
Yeah.
comments, dude.
I never even
man.
thought to do that. That's wild.
So this is evidence, isn't it?
Wow.
I would say, yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, I've definitely been a believer of this thing since I first heard of it, man.
This is
I mean,
the most
I-
important one for me because it's called ET Phone Home in the video. It was uploaded in 2010, and you can go back in the comments and see back then something changed after that point. So now an interesting thing to do is go find the first reference.
It's so weird because also a lot of people are commenting, saying like phone home, like this comment, ET need calling card to phone home,
Yeah.
and then capitalizing phone home
Yeah.
for some reason.
How insane
A lot
is that?
of them. Wow, that's weird. So at what point then, if we go, so 5 years back, nobody's saying it. Keep going. 5 years, 4 years back. Yes, it is ET home phone. It's not ET phone home.
There it is. What's the 4 years ago
4
is when
years
that
ago.
starts. So that's 2013? Yeah. 2013? What year is it?
Yep.
2014, bro. 2014.
So 2014. So keep
ET
going back.
phone home. Hell no, that sounds expensive.
When did that lady
Look at that.
come
That's
up with
5
the-
years ago. He found where two people are not seeing it, dude. 5 years ago, no. 4 years ago, yes.
Yeah.
Wow. I never even thought to do that, man.
Sorry, Vibes, what were you going to say, bro?
Yeah, go ahead.
What year did that lady come up with the name for it?
That was when after Mandela had actually died. I think it was, I'm not exactly sure. 2014, I feel like. But, you know, the Berenstain Bear effect.
That one's crazy. That's where I first found out about it, rather.
I remember I saw an article. I feel like it was the type of article I would have saw on Free Thought Project.
I always write that kind of shit.
Yeah. I mean, that was what I first saw, was an article that said, what does Berenstain Bears have to do with physics or theoretical physics? And that was enough of a, like, grabber of attention. I'm like, oh, yeah. And then I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a complete joke. It wasn't until, I'm going to tell you right now, E.T.'s fucked up, but you want to know what really fucked me up? It's Sally Fields.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Which one's that?
Sally
You love
Fields.
me. You really, really love me.
She fucking blew my mind, dude. First off, her name is Sally Fields. I thought it was... P-Dog just learned about the Berenstain Bears. I hope we were the ones to teach you about that right now, P-Dog. If I just blew your mind.
Berenstain.
It is Stain now. Now it is. What was I saying? Oh, okay. Check this out. Vibes. I need you on this. Sally Fields, with an S at the end, was Forrest Gump's mother. Her name is now Sally Field. Her brother happens to work at CERN. I know this because of an interview she gave on David Letterman in 2014 or somewhere around that.
Really?
Weird enough, it's her name that changed from Fields to Field. She was the mother of Forrest Gump, who did the Life Was Like a Box of Chocolates, but more importantly, her world-famous speech when she won the Oscar in 1983 was, "You love me, you really, really love me." This was like a famous thing. It was mocked time and time again.
Yeah,
it was in The Mask. She never fucking said it. And the first time I seen this new footage of this blew my mind into a million smithereens because she doesn't say it. And just for, it might have been like anyway, but she doesn't even say, "You like me, you really like me."
Yeah.
It doesn't happen, dude. Play it real quick, and then I'll explain where I was going with this.
An iconic line during her best
This is fucking money bags, man. I can't deal with them right now.
Who's it?
You like me.
Rewind.
I guess this means you like me. You really like me.
Rewind.
You like me.
You like me.
And I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now. You like me.
Wow, she don't even say you really, really
No, she just says like me. You right now you like me. And look at everybody. So this is collectively everybody having a false memory.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
It's trippy, man. It really does come into question, like, our whole reality, like what it is, how we interpret it. You know what I mean?
Here's her talking about her brother.
Yeah, this is
Working
what I
at
wanted
CERN.
you to show him. But real quick, pause that. This is what I say to a lot of people on this subject. Regardless of whether or not you subscribe to this Mandela effect, whether you believe there was a fuck up in our space-time continuum or it's the CERN, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's happening. There is an effect taking place, whether it's psychological and whether it's being used to cause dementia in people, because that could be a possibility too. Yep. This is a lot of people researching this, devoting their time to this online as opposed to maybe reading about how they're enslaved. That could be COINTELPRO is not, it's not beyond their grasp to come up with something like this. I believe COINTELPRO leads everybody down into the flat earth. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
YouTube is going to take you, if you're a thinker, if you're a person who's going to look for these certain videos, it's going to take you inevitably to the internment camp for the mind called Flat Earth. Mm-hmm. Okay? And Mandela,
dude, I spent like at least 36 hours digging into Flat Earth.
Me too.
Yeah.
Just because, I got to leave no stone unturned, you know what I mean? but I had to put it down one night because it was hurting my head for a minute there.
It'll get you, dude.
Yeah.
It's very convincing at first. Very convincing.
The number one problem I had was the phases of the moon. You explain the phases of the moon to me, and I'll fucking listen to the rest of your video. Nobody could. I couldn't find any of them.
A lot of it was way too scientific for me. I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What, traveling through space at this speed, a grain of salt would tear. I don't.
But see, I mean, we know that Jim Cantrell knows that the Earth isn't flat.
That is exactly true.
I don't trust NASA, but I do trust Jim Cantrell. So, you know,
shout out to Papa Cantrell.
Yes, and I've been saying this too. I said this to Paul because Paul started dancing. A friend of ours, Vibes, started dancing down that mental health scare called Flat Earth.
Yeah.
And I said to him, yo, fucking Nexus is relying heavily upon the Earth being round right now. We need satellites, and Jim Cantrell would not lie to me about this fucking shit. He devoted his life to it.
Well, I know
I'm
Preston
bullish
wouldn't
on
lie.
round Earth.
All right, so play this video for Vibes, and then I'll explain what my whole thesis of what's happening
you
here.
have a brother who is a scientist,
a high-energy particle scientist.
High-energy particle scientist.
Scientist. He's one of the
Look at the
finest
title.
scientists on Earth.
And where does he do his work?
With the S in parentheses.
You know, I think there's 200
That's
of
great.
them that, you know, release this information about the Higgs particle, the God particle.
This
And
is
he
Sally
was one of
Fields
the
talking about this.
Scientists who made that discovery.
How and why?
At CERN, which I was able to go and visit, which is
We say CERN, that's
CERN
in Switzerland.
is in Switzerland. It's
Pause
on the border
it. Pause
between-
it.
It's in Switzerland.
Now, I want to say, I never really looked into Sally Fields about 4 or 5 years ago. But my question is this. Would this video have existed 5 years ago if this change didn't happen? What are the chances? I mean, we got to think metaphysically here at this point. How is it that this woman has a brother that works at CERN, which is being pointed at as it's certainly a cult. What they're doing in CERN is purposefully a cult. That's
Especially
what they do.
with like the statue outside of it
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah.
You see that?
And that's what I'm talking about specifically. And the 666 purposely put into their logo. They also released a video. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. And it's all the workers at CERN clapping along. And in the background's a dude with a sign that says Mandela and the Bond #1. And the first Bond's name was Nelson. And that's like a little encoded, like, holy shit. But then you look at all this weird shit that has to do with this so-called scientific outlet.
See, and like I'm a pretty pagan motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with Shiva, but if you're gonna like pretend to be like these atheist scientists and you're
That's
gonna
the
have a
point.
statue of Shiva out on your shit, like there's something going on.
And then they're doing the ancient dance of destruction in the one video. You know what I mean? Like, what you're doing these known things. That's the whole thing. What we're
and their explanations are such fucking bullshit, man.
you don't have to believe in this shit. Just know that they do. That's
They
how
do,
I always
yeah.
point it out, right?
Yep.
Like these occultists, Satanists, that's what you're up against. What actually is in control all across the world are Satanists. They get power from molesting children. I don't want to go into that world right now. They do drink adrenaline, like adrenochrome or whatever the fuck. But look, let's stay over here in Mandela world. I don't feel like I just know P-Dog
I
is
started
watching.
throwing similar things out at somebody on a podcast last week.
It happens, dude. It happens every week. P-Dog's watching, and I don't want to disappoint. I know he doesn't like when we go off in this world, but this is the world you're living in, P-Dog. I need you to know this.
Believe it or not, they believe it.
But let's go right. Yeah, that's all you need to know is they
That's
believe
all
it,
you
right?
need
So
to know.
anyway, they made that commercial. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like they're winking at you. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're winking at you. We put a guy holding up a Mandela sign years beforehand. We used the goddess of destruction as our fucking logo. All this shit. There's a commercial that comes out for DirecTV. Have you ever seen this, Vibes? It might not
Nah.
be DirecTV. It's something of the sort. They used in it for the commercial for how you control what you watch. So how you control reality for you. And they use as their clips of TV shows that you can queue up from memory. So you'd say, like, DirecTV, show Jaws. Showing Jaws. It literally shows the scene from Jaws, we're going to need a bigger boat, which isn't that line anymore. And then immediately jumps to Forrest Gump. Life was like a box of chocolates, but it types out life is like up on the screen. This is a commercial for DirecTV.
Wow.
It then shows, are you ready for this? That speech from Sally Fields.
No way.
Yes.
So what is that, though? Is that an intentional fucking with
Type
the people?
in DirecTV commercial Mandela effect. because somebody will have thrown it up there. But what I want you to understand is that this commercial, this commercial was put together. How does somebody accidentally throw these things together? It'll blow your mind when you watch it because there it is.
This one or no? This one?
Either one.
Let's see.
Throw it up there.
Hold on.
This message brought to you by DirecTV.
This message.
They do drink adrenaline of children.
Yeah, we'll get back to that in a minute.
YouTube is still running crypto ads, so that's good.
Here we go.
All right, guys.
What
is up, party people?
Just play the commercial.
It's always something, isn't it?
Yeah, they're always trying to put their thing on it. I'm always looking for videos, for articles, and it's always these dicks with their commentary, man.
Jesus.
2 minutes and 22 seconds is going to be too long. This ain't the commercial. I used to be able to find this commercial.
This is with evidence.
We don't need evidence.
We don't need evidence. We are evidence.
He's got the documents, man.
I'm coming off the top of the mind here with we're off. We got no teleprompter here, people.
Let's see if they play it.
Everything comes right from the top of the gullet, and I fire it off just like you should if you drink Simply Orange. Protect your pineal.
Protect your pineal.
Protect your pineal.
Protect your pineal. Is that fucking Gene Rosen? No, that's not Gene Rosen. All right, let's see. What the fuck?
Do you know about
Let's see
Gene
if
Rosen
they got
vibes?
evidence in this. Who is that? Is that who you're imitating there?
No, I'm doing Alex Jones.
No, that's Alex.
That's who I thought you were doing.
Yeah.
That's who I thought you were doing.
Hold on 1 second. He's got to have it right now. Is it not DirecTV?
Is it?
Type in the words.
The words.
Mandela Effect commercial and.
Yeah, that might
Sorry.
be it. That might be enough. Mandela Effect commercial.
Yeah, it'll.
You can find anything.
Scroll down. Oh, there's so many. Because give it to Mikey. He'll try anything.
Fruit Loops.
Yeah, because it used to be OO.
OO instead of the
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, in fruit, right? It used to be
Yeah, dude.
FROOT.
Yeah.
I remember because
The
I
other
used
way
to
around.
eat them bitches every morning, man. So
Hold on.
Comcast commercial.
Comcast.
There
that's
it. Is.
it.
There it is. It's always something.
One
Wait,
day, the
is this
world
it?
came together. A dog.
This is different,
You're
dude.
descended from the mighty wolf. Of
This ain't
Somebody
it.
got us.
I promise you, this is a real thing. Where the
Somebody
fuck
got
is it?
us. They might have changed the timeline
Go back.
again.
All right. Type in Sally Field up top. Type in Jaws. Jaws, Sally Field, Forrest Gump.
Field.
This
We're
is
gonna
how
get
it
this,
hap-
guys. This teleprompter free, ladies and gentlemen. If we were prepared for this convo, we would have had all this queued up. There it is, the top fucking one. It was Xfinity. Christ!
It is Comcast. Comcast Xfinity.
All right, everybody at home, watch carefully.
You know, this is gonna be some commentary on this fucking video.
Just play the goddamn.
Is this it?
Scorsese finally wins.
Watch.
Could you double check the envelope?
Best Actress, 1984.
And I can't deny the fact that you like me.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
What are the chances of this?
Xfinity X1
What?
lets you
Wow.
access the greatest library of Oscar moments.
That's a commercial that shows the air about trying to remember shit. Am I right? That's what it's about. You're remembering something.
Yeah,
You wanted
those
to pull it
memories.
up.
Those old movies, those old memories. Wow.
And
That's
what-
out of control.
And they
man.
just happen to grab fucking 3 that are known to be floating around the Mandela surface.
I know, right in a row.
So what is that though?
Paul wants to talk about Gothard Tunnel. This is right up his alley.
What's
obviously.
Gothard Tunnel? You'll
P
have to
Dog, I hope
remind
you
me.
saw that at home right now. I mean, this is a fucking real commercial that took place.
But what is that? Is that, you know,
The tunnel?
no, not the tunnel. What is that also? But the usage of those specific movie clips. Is that a slap in the face? Is that a we know you're watching?
That's either like a badass on the marketing board,
Yeah.
or
it's
like, yo,
a
there's a lot of fucking people who are going to
On
spread
a
this
higher
commercial
level.
around.
Like, yo, I already know about all these Mandela effects. We're going to get some really good marketing done.
Yeah, or an epic troll, or a slap in the face, or some crazy metaphysical shit.
Right.
Yep.
Which is it?
That's the
Take
question,
your pick.
man.
I mean, look, all right. So we could take it as two possible things here. This is how I always take it, right? Like, it's not necessarily that we are dealing with a crazy metaphysical thing going on here or a fuck up in the timelines or whatever. Multiple dimensions, M theory physics, whatever you want, bro. String theory, sprinkle on that Chinese dude with the gray long hair. David Icke. I'm just firing shit out.
Miku or something. Miku Kaku.
You know who I'm talking about.
What, the ancient aliens guy?
Let's pretend like this box is the Earth. And the Earth is surrounded... No, I don't know, whatever. Or it could either be that this is mass psychosis at the same time.
Literally.
Something that...
Mass psychosis.
No,
isn't that
hypnosis was the David Icke line.
Oh, right. So you just quoted that.
Mass
Not anymore, it's
psychosis
not.
being that we have... I mean, I might be wrong on that, too. I don't know. It can't be... It's either being
Mass
used...
psychosis is definitely a possibility, man. I mean, that's already happening on other levels. It could affect our memory.
Yeah. No, I believe it.
Well, what about the Luke, I am your father? I mean...
Well, Nick, look in the chat right here. Nick says, why would even say you're going to need a bigger boat? He's on the same boat.
Yeah, and that was the famous line. We're going to need a bigger boat.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
But did you see, if
you got time to bleed.
Go and find that line. Imagine that scene ain't there. And well, all right. Well, on the Luke, I am your father tip, James Earl Jones is actually, you can find him quoting himself wrong, which is bugged out to think. Like
more than once, actually.
Yeah, it's happened many a time.
In a couple different interviews, he said.
Have you ever seen that, Vibes?
Luke, I am your father.
Nah.
You know about the Luke, I am your father line, though, right?
Oh, yeah, that one's crazy.
Well, you have James Earl Jones in an interview, and he's basically like, when I first read the line for Luke, I am your father, I thought, he's lying. He has to be lying.
Yeah. No, I've seen that one before. Now that you mention it,
here's another one.
Here, listen to this.
The filthier, the better.
Always naughty, either ethnically naughty or sexually naughty.
Not for morning TV.
Carson Daly's a fucking chode.
Should we do it?
Yeah,
go for it. Okay. What does the redneck Jedi say?
No, you asked that because I'm a redneck or because I'm a Jedi?
No, because we're both rednecks.
Okay.
But
the redneck Jedi says, Luke, I am your father.
He makes sure to do it how we all remember, too. That's an interesting part. The fact that he
was that after? Was that recent?
Yeah, that's way after.
What year is that?
Way after.
Do we know?
No, I'm saying, was that after like the Mandela effect?
No, I don't think so. Because I've seen it in a lot of Mandela effect.
Yeah, this is from Today, the Today Show when Carson Daly was on, and I'm pretty sure that's Carson Daly's dead.
Yeah, Carson Daly died years ago.
Really?
No,
We're starting
not
that
at all.
Mandela
Vibes,
effect right now.
Just starting rumors. P-Dog brings up Mirror, Mirror on the Wall.
Mirror, Mirror.
Oh, yeah, that's another one.
It is a big one.
Who's saying memory affected by chemtrails? Nick Wright.
Why is it all anonymous on our screen, but then on Facebook it's not? Just to keep me on my fucking toes? Like, what's happening here?
Everybody's anonymous. We're not allowed to share it.
All right.
Well, I don't know why.
All right. I like calling out people's names when they ask questions. I guess I just won't anymore. But I won't even look down anymore. I like to fly at the jib. Hold on. We can take this moment. Listen.
Hey, you want to give away 3 more Nexus?
I want to give away 3 Nexus. Listen, people. This is midair refueling here. We're trying. We're cutting it down to 3 or 4 Rolexes a piece that we wear weekly. If you want to help give to your corrected Axiom, you could. Our Nexus link is there. We could send you this lighter. This lighter's going to help clean your pineal gland.
Hey, let's give away 3 Nexus from the corrected Axiom stash. We're all about giving it away. Let's draw.
Hey, you guys give that Nexus away. I'm gonna take my dog out real quick. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. All right.
No problem. Do your thing, man.
I'm about to take a 5-minute too.
I got to take a 5-minuter.
So we're gonna play music. We're gonna announce the. Wait, no, don't do that yet.
No, yeah, we're gonna play some music. We're gonna take a musical.
We'll be
break.
right back in 1 minute. Then somebody's gonna win some Nexus. We'll be right back.
Some are gonna win some Nexus. Some are gonna win some Nexus. Let's play a little.
Cool, I'll be right back with you guys.
You're being sold up the river, born into death, that's the gift that they give you. Both parties at the top, busy pointing fingers, but it makes no difference, cause neither will deliver. They on the same side, working for the same interest, keeping you distracted with Facebook and Pinterest. I guess this is forced down in inches, saying Hail Marys in between the glitches. And now they monitor everything you're watching, modify your food cause they don't want you to blossom. You seek truth, see the problem is constant. Free thought means they can't monetize your conscience. I'm a slave to debt, but I ain't paid yet. The income tax wasn't supposed to take my paycheck. paycheck. At this rate, I would rather die free than to be a prisoner and have to live on my knees.
I put on my clothes like a bodyguard. I put the dogs on patrol in my own backyard. I don't wanna fight, but I'm constantly ready. And I don't rock the boat, but it's always unsteady.
Let's go!
Most can't handle the truth, they're not ready. It can bring you down, break your heart like Tom Petty. It's ugly like Betty when it shows its face. Leaves weak minds blind like they just got maced. Walking around with their arms out, looking for answers, but scared to approach like junior high dancers. It's a shame what we do for monetary gain. In this dog-eat-dog world, you better be a Great Dane. This ain't a game, yo, it's here to be eaten. We are controlled by a handful of Alex P. Keatons, fueled by greed, lust and deceit. And they ain't gonna stop till we drop to our knees. Currently the currency reads in God we trust. But what if God is that almighty buck? Guess I better try and save some funds, cause I ain't getting into heaven with some crumpled up ones.
I put on my clothes like a bodyguard. I put the dogs on patrol in my own backyard. I don't wanna fight, but I'm constantly ready. And I don't rock the boat, but it's always unsteady.
Keep it moving in the rat race, only hoping to survive with a bloodlust obsession for the money they provide. But when the money's most needed, then the money won't arrive. Now the money is your master, they controlling on your life. Follow the money, right? Money makes the world go round. Money ain't the root of evil, it's the other way around. Follow money to the root, you'll see the evil is found. The money changers use inflation, keep us chained and bound. Funny ain't it, they decide elections based on amounts of fundraisers and donations, and the nation allows it. Let me ask you, if that money comes in greater amounts from Goldman Sachs to both parties, can't you say it's allowance? Give me liberty or give me death. Rise up and stand for freedom, it's the only defense. No just cause for war, it's just causing the debt. Break the chains of the Fed, consciousness will keep you fed.
I put on my clothes like a bodyguard. I put the dogs on patrol in my own backyard. I don't wanna fight, but I'm constantly ready. And I don't rock the boat, but it's always unsteady.
Let's go! Check it, read the fine print, you're being sold up the river. Born into debt, that's the gift that they give you. Both parties at the top, busy pointing fingers, but it makes no difference, cause neither will deliver. They on the same side, working for the same interest, keeping you distracted with Facebook and Pinterest. I guess this is walked down in inches, saying Hail Marys in between the glitches. And now they monitor everything you're watching, modify your food cause they don't want you to blossom. You seek truth, see the problem is constant. Free thought means they can't monetize your conscience. I'm a slave to debt, but I ain't paid yet. The income tax wasn't supposed to take my paycheck. At this rate, I would rather die free than to be a prisoner and have to live on my knees.
I put on my clothes like a bodyguard. I put the dogs on patrol in my own backyard. I don't wanna fight, but I'm constantly ready. And I don't rock the boat, but it's always unsteady.
Let's go!
Most can't handle the truth, they're not ready. It can bring you down, break your heart like Tom Petty. It's ugly like Betty when it shows its face. Leaves weak minds blind like they just got maced. Walking around with their arms out, looking for answers, but scared to approach like junior high dancers. It's a shame what we do for monetary gain. In this dog-eat-dog world, you better be a Great Dane. This ain't a game, yo, it's here to be eaten. We are controlled by a handful of Alex P. Keatons, fueled by greed, lust and deceit. And they ain't gonna stop till we drop to our knees. Currently the currency reads in God we trust. But what if God is that almighty buck? Guess I better try and save some funds, cause I ain't getting into heaven with some crumpled up ones.
I put on my clothes like a bodyguard. I put the dogs on patrol in my own backyard. I don't wanna fight, but I'm constantly ready. And I don't rock the boat, but it's always unsteady.
Keep it moving in the rat race, only hoping to survive with a bloodlust obsession for the money they provide. But when the money's most needed, then the money won't arrive. Now the money is your master, they controlling on your life. Follow the money, right? Money makes the world go round. Money ain't the root of evil, it's the other way around. Follow money to the root, you'll see the evil is found. The money changers use inflation, keep us chained and bound. Funny ain't it, they decide elections based on amounts of fundraisers and donations, and the nation allows it. Let me ask you, if that money comes in greater amounts from Goldman Sachs to both parties, can't you say it's allowance? Give me liberty or give me death. Rise up and stand for freedom, it's the only defense. No just cause for wars, just causing the debt. Break the chains of the Fed, consciousness will keep you fed.
I put on my clothes like a bodyguard. I put the dogs on patrol in my own backyard. I don't wanna fight, but I'm constantly ready. And I don't rock the boat, but it's always unsteady.
Let's go! Impressing you, well yes I do. Don't dare question the best in this, a lesson to the rest of you. I'm blessed to use these messages like medicine to get to you. To rest assured, don't test the sword, I'm best to ever bless a booth. Extra truth upon the stone, assess the future all alone. If any of you can test my skill, I drop this verse to set the tone. Set the bar senses, spill sensible sentiments out of my head. Venting inventions, electric energy flows out of my pen. Predict the death of me if ever you learn the recipe. Using every chess piece to better fit my destiny. You question me, then let it be. You never seen an enemy who said to speak with synergy. There's one of you that's 10 of me. I corner you and then unleash the beast in me and let it feast and scream to Jesus, please release me from this evil demon sleep. Sudden clarity, remove me from calamity. Confusion isn't useful as a tool to suit your sanity, but anger's still inside for all of those who live a fantasy, who walk the tightrope of life and focus till they're panicking. I stand atop the mountain looking down upon the cowards, counting down the final hours, watching ignorance devour. In the deepest of recession, still the money is the power. The money is the power. The money is the power. They control the airwaves, spread their poison through the towers, cause the money is the power. The money is the power. They tell you that it's hot, so you buy it on the spot, cause the money is the power. The money is the power. Jay-Z and Lil Wayne, I'm twice the talent that they got, but the money is the power. 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 The money is the power.
Woo! Turn your phone down. Beautiful. Yo, you're listening to yours truly, Moses, Jay, Flows.
Was Good Vibes listening to that?
Yeah, those are some good tracks, man.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Sick. Sorry, I can't put the echo on you. All right, enough of that shit. All right,
you guys got some good effects, man. I'm impressed, I gotta say.
We're getting good at it, man.
What do you got, a green screen there? Is that what's going on with that?
We're in the
That's
studio.
pretty awesome.
We're on the Starship Nexus.
You want to see some shit?
Check it out.
Oh, wait, no, not that one.
Not this one.
What? Oh, no, not that one. Where are we at?
Right above the flat Earth. While we were on our quick intermission there.
We're on the beach.
Now we're on the beach.
Nice.
Paul DJ Complex. He sent me. He's got a VHS tape of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and he just sent me the footage of the Mirror Mirror on the Wall scene, filmed or created in 1939. And it's mirror. Oh, what is it? Magic mirror on the wall now.
Yeah, I definitely know that is not the case, man.
No,
like
that's mirror on the wall.
Yeah,
100%.
It's weird.
It's got to be. You want to play the
What
audio?
about
Play
the
audio.
interview? The interview with the vampire?
I know, dude. Did you watch the footage from that awards?
Yeah.
Dude, they're all saying "interview with a vampire,"
Yeah.
but all the words on the screen appear as "the." It's bizarre. It's bizarre. So why doesn't it change then? Why didn't
The
it
language?
Change?
Why
Yeah.
doesn't it change the written word? But it does with the Bible.
Right. I mean, there's so many great ones in the Bible. I mean, the wineskins.
The Lion and the Lamb was the only one I really remembered, but I know that there was a few of them.
Do you know about the wineskins?
No.
Okay. There's this passage, I think it's Luke, and it says, it's basically a parable where it's like, you wouldn't take old wine and put it into new wineskins, thus the wineskins would burst. And the reason that this makes sense is because back in those times, they used skin to hold the wine, and if it was old, it would ferment, and it would cause gas to build up, and it would burst. And I think they were actually using like a lamb's stomach or some shit was the skin, but it's called lamb's or wine skins. Well, you can't find that in any of the Bibles. It says bottles. And now you'd be like, well, that's just an adjustment that was made. Well, that literally changes the meaning because bottles don't break because of the wine fermenting in them. So everybody, and even most importantly, is the fact that people who study this will be like, that's not what it said, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. That's what's important. Well, maybe it's a different version Bible. And then you go through all of the, the new Bibles or old Bibles. There's a guy who had the early 1900s Bible, and it said bottles in there too. And that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would that change like that? I mean, again, my number one as far as Bible changes, I like that when two or more are gathered. That's a good one. But like you, it's the wolf. Because of symbolically what it stands for. Because the lion and the lamb represents in Christian metaphor Jesus being the sacrificial lamb of God and being the Lion of Judah. That takes away that meaning. And we know what the wolf represents in folklore. So that's literally the opposite. And it's a good metaphor for what you could be having happen, which is you're injecting evil into it, if you look at it that way. Somebody has changed the metaphorical meaning behind the passage. And you'd be like, oh, well, it's another carnivore. Who cares? It still gets the point across. No, it changes the metaphor. You're no longer the Lion of Judah with the Lamb of God, right? So it's interesting. Doc, wasn't there what did you want to pull up here?
I wanted you to play the audio that he sent you. But I do want to give away our 3 Nexus.
Oh, we got to do that.
Let's do that.
All right, hold on.
Let's give away 3 Nexus.
Let's randomly pick.
We're going to randomly pick, and we're going to do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
In order to have been nominated here, you had to, I believe, like our YouTube.
Yeah.
Right?
Like our YouTube. There's multiple ways to enter. Like the YouTube, like the Facebook, watch a video, visit thefreethoughtproject.com. All of those get you entries into the contest. We're going to draw the winner right now.
Hit it.
One winner. Draw it.
Norbert Kalandik.
Kalandik. He's from Poland. Congratulations, Norbert. Let's announce the winner in the widget with the avatars. We don't give a fuck. I don't even know what that means. And that's it. That's how you win 3 free Nexus. It's totally random. Totally
Congratulations,
random.
Norbert.
Norbert K., you are the winner of 3. Sorry you didn't win 125.
Next week, we'll do the same thing. Get in there like swimwear and chin hair.
Yep.
Check it out. Here's what I wanted to bring up for vibes. Pivot. Paul had brought it up in the chat there. I was talking to you about it. The Gothard. Are you familiar with this, Vibes?
Nah, this is new to me.
Oh, thank God. I don't know anything about it.
Hold on, Nick. just bringing us back here. It says, just asked the good lady wife about Mirror Mirror. She had no idea about Mandela Effect. She says Mirror Mirror on the wall. Not anymore, Nick. Go ahead and show it to her.
Play the
Want me to
audio,
play
man.
it?
Yeah.
All
So our boy here in the heart, in the chest, he has a VHS copy. He played it and he videotaped himself watching it. So here's the audio from it. You'll never be able to see it on the camera.
A lovely maid I see.
Wow.
What the fuck was that?
He just said, wow. Why?
Yeah, what was that line? A lovely maid I see.
I don't remember that at all.
Hey, Paul, if you're watching it, get the right part.
Hold on. She's walking up the steps.
Come from the farthest space. Through wind and darkness I summon thee. Let me see thy face.
Come on.
What wouldst thou know, my queen?
Right here.
Magic mirror on the wall.
Magic mirror on the wall.
Magic mirror.
I also find it interesting that the mirror almost looks like the CERN setup, the way it is. Just ironically, it's a big circle. But anyway, check it out.
It's a
All
big galactic
pull up
butthole.
the
All right.
Gothard opening ceremony. Basically,
What is that?
that's what I'm going to show you. There was an event for a tunnel opening. So Gothard Tunnel. Oh, you already got it. You're good, man. How do you do this? Go ahead and pull it up. Here is the actual ceremony vibes. Take a look.
You want to do that enough to where you can figure out, you can count how many times it bounces,
what?
And then you can stop it. You just want to be able to just...
What is this audio?
I don't know.
That is kind of weird.
I don't think that's the right audio.
Something weird's going on. Something else was playing in the background.
I don't think that's the right audio.
That's it. What kind of effect is that?
Here we go.
It's kind of like a rudiment, double bouncing. It's just...
Something is playing down at the bottom, Doc.
Oh, you know what it is? Hold on. Is that
me out,
it was
man.
that drum roll fucking
It's still playing. What are you talking
No,
about?
no, this is the video.
Oh, okay. Check it out, bro. So just a little commentary here.
Yeah, I think we have to do some sort of commentary.
Just like
not to
stomp
get
or
kicked
something?
off.
This was the opening of the Gothard Tunnel, and what they did was an occult ceremony to open it. And this is just the start of it. But you imagine, this was thrown by the government.
So
in
what is
Sweden?
What is the Gothard Tunnel?
It's first off, it's got occult meanings in the fact that like the length of it purposely like 33. Like they got those numbers. I don't know them off the top of my head. But
Yeah, but all that numerology with the measurements you're saying.
right. And then they went and they chose a specific day to do this ceremony. And this is starting kind of light right now because as weird as that may appear, where'd it go?
Go ahead.
All right.
Just keep yapping. Keep fucking yapping.
As weird as it appears, now it gets creepier and it gets occult. And everything occult about it, when you see it, they have like demons dressed, people dressed like demons, I don't know. And somebody dressed like the Pope, like weird shit going on.
And where is this again? Sweden?
Sweden, it's a tunnel between Sweden and Switzerland.
It sounds like Sweden.
Sweden and
Gothard,
Switzerland?
something weird, but it upset a lot of people. People in the truth community, I guess.
Yeah, and they always like say that we're crazy for considering that kind of stuff when it looks creepy as hell. It's like something straight out of a dystopian film.
Yeah, and I mean, even though this part of it is not as openly, like, it don't got Baphomet and shit in it yet, but, I mean, we got something creepy going on. Like, this is the
yeah.
opening of the tunnel. What is happening now? Doc, this is something different, right?
got
No?
real sexual.
This is it. Look,
Oh,
look
shit.
at
This is one of the other tabs I had open from earlier.
Yo, take a look at those. Look, take note, ladies and gentlemen.
Take note.
This is definitely getting weirder.
It's going to systematically get weirder. This is families and shit there for the opening of the Gothard Tunnel.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
That girl got a nice
This
ass.
is out
man.
of control.
Look at that!
It's like
What is this?
It's like the Olympic ceremonies. They have all this kind of crazy
Exactly.
stuff too.
That's what we're looking. All right, hold on.
This is something that you'd kind of expect to see in like, some Game of Thrones type, ancient. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly.
There it is with the wings. I just saw it.
Yeah, and now chains, and this guy is whacking metal. Are you adding those sound effects?
No. This is a lot like Stomp. John was right.
Yeah, see? But no, I saw the guy with the wings, man, just a minute ago.
Let's see if
Look at this shit.
I'm gonna check the chat.
Wow, how creepy is that?
They're like dead hanging.
I want to see if somebody who knows more about this. Like,
Oh, wait.
There it is. There it is.
Wow. No, I got one for you right here.
This is the official. Oh, here they come.
Look at this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, what the hell?
Look at this.
What?
What?
The sacrificial lamb.
What the fuck is that?
Look at the horns.
They're all like carrying around the sticks and shit with antlers. What
Look at the dude.
Look at that guy in the back.
The dude dressed like Pan in the back.
He's really milking it.
What is this?
Wow.
Oh
What
my
is
god,
that?
dude.
We're just
They're
starting,
like,
dude.
Is that a? What is that?
Dude, man, I wanna take about a 10 strip of acid and go watch something like that.
It's not even over yet, man.
No, this is a very long video.
Just keep moving.
Let's keep moving along.
Let's get.
This is out of control, dude.
This guy's just eating bread.
That guy's not part of this
The
show.
Pope.
There's the Pope.
All the
What the
symbolism.
hell's happening?
All the symbolism.
Dude, this is some twisted freak show.
Yeah.
So
This is
who
crazy
built
shit.
this tunnel?
Yeah.
Go ahead, pull that information up while we watch this portion here, explaining what this actually is, and maybe it'll give us some of those occult numbers too that are involved in the building of it.
Well, let's.
That's crazy. That is like some total like eyes wide shut like
Yes.
lie shit.
This is like we're living at the epitome of that time because it's just all out in the open. They're just openly. I mean, have you tuned into the Video Music Awards? I remember in 2009 when you had Jack Black go out and do the satanic prayer as a joke, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's just Jack Black.
Yeah.
He's doing it. All right, dear Lord Satan, keep us successful in the music industry." Everybody laughs, and then fucking Lady Gaga's lowered from the rafters and wearing like a white suit, and then it's like covered in blood, and then they sacrifice her, and they do all this crazy shit. Well, this is the kind of stuff that's going on here too. What did you read about that in there? Was that the official press release?
I mean, these ladies
Dude,
are
what is
basically
this,
just showing
man?
their tits, man.
It's still happening.
I
Look at
Dude,
that!
I see
Look at
full
that,
nipples.
dude.
What's
What
a
is-
Stargate?
It's a Stargate, bro.
It's a Stargate. Look at the angels, the fallen angels up in there. Wow.
And think about what
Dude, this
means
is like
with
some
CERN.
Burning Man shit. Like these.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, at least they're a little more honest about what they're trying to accomplish. At
That's what
Burning
I'm
Man.
saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like they know that they're like tripping out and doing some crazy shit
at
and
this.
trying to talk to some spirits.
Look at this little individual right here.
That
Over my
Stargate is an
shoulder.
eyeball.
Look over
now
my
look at it.
shoulder here. What's going on down there? The bottom
Somebody
left-hand
wrote,
corner.
"Hey, dude, did you ever see the? I know we're gonna ride that ADD wave. Did you see the Kardashians Christmas card?
What?
Nah.
No.
All right, pull up the Kardashians Christmas card
Oh yeah, that's easy.
right now.
Yes, sir.
I probably got about like 5 more minutes left,
Yeah, me
guys.
too.
That I can do.
We're gonna
Word.
We'll close it out with this Kardashians Christmas card, and there's a method to my madness of what I'm showing you. You're gonna have to come back on next week, and we'll delve more into this. I don't know if the people at home are enjoying when we get completely off crypto and go into the occult, satanic empire that we live in. Where is it, man?
Just the image, or
No, you'll know it. Write Illuminati in there; they'll find it for you. Yep, there it is. Look at that, dude. Now let's take a good gander and let's try to rip apart what kind of metaphors are being depicted here. Vibes, you've never seen this?
I don't think so.
Here's what's interesting. You ready? Over in the far right, let's dissect what's going on with Bruce Jenner before he became a female now, and not a female, but a transgender. What happened?
I need to get a better quality picture.
Oh. Well, what I want you to see is they put him in this. This is their Christmas card that they released. Maybe 2012, 2013. I don't remember what year it was, but obviously before he became a woman or, had his dick lopped off. If that makes him a woman, I don't know. But they put him inside a glass case, looking longingly outside of the case to see his former self as an Olympic hero. Very symbolic and metaphoric. I mean, obviously what you're looking at right here, that's all throughout this Christmas card.
Yeah, these are just like little snippets, little zoomed in. Is this a naked man right here?
There's plenty of that kind of shit going on.
What is this? This lady got a bush.
Christmas card. Keep scrolling. Let's
is
see
this
it.
really the Christmas card?
Yes, dude.
No
you think
way.
I made this up? I saw the fucking... I'm not proud of it, but I saw the episode where they were explaining why they filmed and what they were trying to go for. Look at what she's wearing as a headdress.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Keep scrolling, man. Keep looking around this thing. I want you to see what the Bruce Jenner part, because if you think about... All right, see, it's zoomed in to his face.
This one?
Yeah, or go down where you can see his full body so you understand what's happening. Yeah. All right, so he's inside a glass case. The rest of them are all wearing black. They're like witches. I mean, they're pretty open about that.
Yeah. Cashier in the window.
And he is looking at his former self, Olympic glory. You see the Olympic...
Yep.
The gold medals.
Yep, he can't reach it anymore.
He's already looking very feminine in the picture. Look at his face. He looks like Michael Jackson.
Yep,
really.
Michael Jackson knows. Got it.
So what was the
Check.
next thing that happened after this? I mean, what you have is an Illuminati plot. That this is the royal family of the U.S., right? This is our royal family. They took the man who was the alpha male for the 1970s. That means, kids grew up idolizing. He was on the Wheaties box. That's what a man is supposed to be. And then they put him into this first family of all that is fucking debauchery for Hollywood. And poof, now he's a 65-year-old woman. Think about what this means. I mean, you're taking the alpha male, that which little boys looked up to and strived to be, and now he's a woman. You know what I mean? I think it's really symbolic for what's actually going on in our society right now. They depict all sorts of Illuminati, what we call Illuminati symbolism in that whole thing. They're not holding it back. What do they get paid to do? You know what I mean? Like this, they live, and we watch it on TV, and they get paid for this. You know what I mean? Like,
crazy.
Yeah, they do nothing.
They're the royal family of the U.S.
Crazy.
Is all I'm saying. And I mean, if we had time, we could go into what the royal family is all about. And their bloodlines and their bloodlust for adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome. All right, we're not even going to get to it. And that's the end of the show. Hey, John, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah,
this
thanks,
is great.
bro.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Hey, come
on,
back on
anytime.
real soon, like every Friday.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to, as much as my internet could handle, man.
Hey, let me tell you something. This guy's about to have a baby. He might be on hiatus for like a week or two.
Yeah, come fill in for me.
Come fill in.
I'm down, man. I'm down.
Yeah? All right, cool, man. We'll link up. Hey, it was good talking to you, man. Thank you very much for coming on, and we will talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good, man.
All right, see you later.
Thanks,
man.
brother.
Peace.
Peace.
My bad.
Nick,
My bad, I cut you off. My
Nick
bad.
Wright points out that the woman with a penis in the background.
Woman with a penis.
There's
I know, it's not showing up on the chat.
In your own time, back at home there, everybody, feel free to look at the Kardashian Christmas card.
It skipped over that.
What?
It's not showing that comment.
What are you talking about?
Look on your phone. We got hands clapping. What the fuck am I watching? Oh, wait, that's not even on there. This seems like it's censoring.
Anonymous. And
What
it's all
is up with
anonymous.
I don't know what's going on. Anyway, congratulations to White Magnum for winning 125 Nexus. And congratulations to... what was his name? Huckleberry Finn.
He was from Poland, I remember that.
Norbert K.
Of Poland.
For winning 3 whole
Which, and what I always like to point out is that 3 Nexus today is $1,000 a year from now.
Thank you for pointing that out. That's a
in
good
my
point.
in my humble opinion.
That is a good point. That is a very good point. Hey, Preston's back in. Thanks for joining us.
P-Dog, did you see that whole craziness when we went into the video footage of the Gothard Tunnel?
Hey, listen, big ups to John Vibes, man, because he went right with us down that hole, that fucking rabbit hole.
Well, I mean, kind of threw a softball to him. He knew he was going to have a great story with DMT.
Oh, absolutely.
And that pretty much opens the door. It opens many doors. Or is it the doors that open you?
Interesting. Yeah, hey, some topics that we didn't get to today.
Oh, Shemke.
You want to talk about this?
Real quick.
Real quick. Why 3 far-right activists were refused entry to the UK. Actually, they were banned from ever entering the UK again. Brittany Pettibone, what's her name? Lauren Southern, and this guy. He's
Martin
apparently
Shield.
banging this one. Good for him.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think there are a couple. Anyway, they were going into the UK, into Britain, to give speeches about free speech and interview Tommy Robinson. And they were actually detained. Lauren Southern was actually detained under Schedule 7 Terrorism Act. So all 3 of them have been banned, and the official reasons are like inciting racism or something like that.
It's racist.
It's racist. Racist, bigot, homophobe. I see Pizzagate in here.
Yeah, well, that's what they specialize in.
Well, yeah, that's Pettibone, right?
Yeah.
Pettibone. Pet a bone. Anyway, we didn't get to that. That was nice. Steven Crowder also getting lots of censorship. Twitter suspensions, YouTube videos being taken down almost immediately, being flagged. So they are going to war.
What about Victorious Libertas?
Victorious Libertas, exactly. Yeah, another YouTube channel that you put me onto.
Yeah.
Right? And they fucking...
And David Seaman has been gone. We got to have Seaman on. If anybody watching at home has a connection to David Seaman...
If David Seaman is watching, just from the news feed, he's not like clicking in to give us the actual view number. Also,
oh yes, the ghost. We got to have Litecoin Ben on.
No, this one is good, man.
It was great. Like we should close with that. Let the whole thing run. Hold on.
No, this isn't the ghost one.
Mr.
No, this is better.
What was
I know.
his name?
This is the Ben I like to
Brad
see.
Sherman, the Democrat from California. I got a little message for you, Mr. Sherman.
We do not support any of these comments.
From the guy in
we
his
do, but-
pajamas on the couch. You say that cryptocurrencies are a crock? Well, my friend, let me
Look, Litecoin
argue
Moses.
with you on that. Cryptocurrencies are a deflationary blockchain
Who said that?
backed
That's his name.
currency that cannot be controlled or,
Where's he at?
influenced, as you like to put, by the government.
Get to it, Ben.
You, Mr. Sherman,
Sherman
can kiss my lily white ass. All right? There's a reason I tagged you in this post, you little weasel motherfucker.
I like to imagine that
Let
he's
me tell
watching.
you who's involved in cryptocurrency.
Like eating breakfast with the kids.
All right? It's
at the Nook.
what you think is guys in their pajamas on their couch telling their wives that they're going to be millionaires.
He looks mad, like crazy.
Fuck you, Mr. Sherman.
Look how filthy his hands
You're
are.
a cocksucking
That's a hard-working man.
motherfucker.
He's a trucker.
All right?
You know, that's a
This
hard-working
is
man.
who's involved in cryptocurrencies. Truck drivers.
That's right.
Plumbers. Hard-working
Garbage
Americans. Hard-working Europeans. Hard-working Australians. It's the people
New Zealanders.
that you only fucking talk to every 4 to 6 years when you need your sorry ass elected. So I'll tell you what, Mr. Sherman, I'm going to make it part of my mission to get your stupid ass out of fucking Congress. Because you, my friend, are the problem. You are a progressive control freak that thinks that you and everyone else up in Washington can tell us what to do. Well, shit's changing,
Yeah,
Mr.
Ben.
Sherman. you need to get ready. You might want to check your past, check your history.
Check your
Because
history.
You know who else is involved in cryptocurrencies? A whole lot of motherfuckers that can hack your punk ass.
That's a
and
threat.
find out
That
your
is a-
little
that
secrets,
is
Mr.
some
Sherman. So I'll tell you what, Mr. Sherman, Mr. Congressman,
I like him called
Mr.
Mr.
I
Sherman.
know better for what's good for you than you do, Sherman. Your ass is grass. Because
Yeah.
the hackers of the community are going to now come and find out what you've been up to, Mr. Sherman. I've already got some responses on some investments you may have that may kind of show why you're against cryptocurrencies. So, Mr. Sherman, Mr. Congressman Sherman,
Bitcoin
you're
Ben.
either
Check the chat.
uneducated,
Look at the
which
chat
I
right there.
doubt, or you're corrupt,
There he is.
which I can almost guarantee. So, this is from the guy on the couch in his pajamas. Fuck you, Mr. Sherman. And fuck everyone else in Washington, D.C.
Yeah!
thinks like you.
Fucking
The American people are sick and tired of you controlling our currency and influencing the world in your direction. It's freedom, Mr. Sherman. Learn the word. All right?
Boom.
Learn the word. Because as this tidal wave of freedom washes
The
over
worst
the
sound effects
country and over the world, it's going to be that boot.
The boot.
Right there.
Right in your
that
ass.
Boot print is going to be on your fucking back, you little bitch piece of shit.
Yeah.
Because not everyone in the country and not everyone in the world is weak and frightened of little fucktards like you. Some of us still got our balls.
Woo!
Get 'em, Benny! To be one of those. And if you want to look me up, my name's Bitcoin Ben or Ben Simchi, whichever one you want to find me under, you cocksucking fucker. Other than that, have a wonderful day, and I hope you choke on the dick you're sucking to fuck the American people. Bye-bye, princess.
Woo! I followed that man into war.
Yo.
The upcoming crypto wars.
Oh, dude. Bitcoin Ben. That's my man.
That was
That's my
amazing.
man right there.
I'm
That's
happy
the
we played
Ben I
that.
like. That is the Ben I like.
Go get him, Benny.
Ooh, man.
Got my heart
Excellent.
racing.
Hey, check out the Corrected Axiom YouTube page.
Join us next
Look
week.
at us. We're up to 90 subscribers. We're up about 10 subscribers from last week's show. If we could break 100 subscribers on YouTube, we will give away a CD, a Corrected
And
Axiom
T-shirts.
CD.
CD? We got CDs?
We got CDs. We got dog tags. We
Dog
got
tags.
T-shirts.
We got lots of T-shirts.
We got those Ron Paul rollout banners.
Not enough.
800 crypto bitcoins.
What?
If anybody wants to buy one. 800
Yeah.
crypto bitcoins.
We only have a couple. They're pretty sweet, though.
Hey, next week, this Nexus community, they're going to be giving away more crypto. Much more crypto. Probably another 100. So enter to win. Enter
Yeah.
to win.
Congratulations again to
White Magnum.
White Magnum.
White Magnum. Congratulations. Hey, if you were wondering about the charts, there they are. Nobody cares about
Where
them right
is
now.
Nexus on that list?
Nexus? I don't
It
know.
don't matter.
We closed it
We
out.
talked about it.
Hey, visit the Free Thought Project. Thank you for John Vibes coming on. What an excellent, excellent conversation. We appreciate that. And that is the show. I guess we're going to play some fucking music. We rolled out to one of your solos last time. We're going to roll out to. Let me take it out.
Seize that opportunity, Doc.
Seize the opportunity. Thank you for joining us. Join us next week when we have Ben Swan on the
Year
show.
of the 7.
Gotta be more than this.
Just kidding.
This. I need
Ben
to
Swan's
focus on the things I
I
need
wish.
the most. If you see my hand extended, it's a means to reach my goals, not a means to bleed a stone like parasites would leech a host. Take the path they leave alone, no need to know you leave lead your own. I think I need to make a toast to the independent few who make the most of what they see. Through an independent view, clarity is like a diamond. Under pressure from the truth, they undermine truth with another lie to underline the oppression on the youth. It's depressing, they prescribe this pill to you to keep you loose, but frequencies inside their music tighten up the mental noose. If ever was it detrimental, now's the time to leave the coop. Turn the TV off and see what life was meant to be for you. Put your hands to the sky if you made it. Put your middle fingers up if they hate it. Keep your middle fingers up for the haters. Seize the opportunity, it's right for the taking. Put your hands to the sky if you made it. Put your middle fingers up if they hate it. Keep your middle fingers up for the haters. Seize the opportunity, it's right for the taking. I made my own path and I laugh at the haters still on pause. No need to hold back. Matter of fact, I show you all my flaws. Rock the stage to no applause. I should show you both my balls. Most would fall and feel defeat, but me, I rose up over all. Cause obstacles will come, but you gotta overcome. Obstacles will come, but you gotta overcome. Obstacles will come, but you gotta overcome. You need to fill your heart with love until your life is overrun. Put your hands to the sky if you made it. Put your middle fingers up if they hate it. Keep your middle fingers up for the haters. Seize the opportunity, it's right for the taking. Put your hands to the sky if you made it. Put your middle fingers up if they hate it. Keep your middle fingers up for the haters. Seize the opportunity, it's right for the taking. It's a feeling I can't explain. No heart could be the same as this. The pineal in my brain is an artist trained to see the differences. Subtle but significant, like whispers while we're intimate. Ruled by the omnipotent, we struggle with significance. No different like when light inside a prism gets reflected. We're connected on a spectrum, separate levels of dimensions. My senses getting heightened, there's a sense I've been enlightened. Motivation to let you know my soul inside has been ignited. Bodily my life is guided by the light inside it.